Innocent. Since when? Yay!
My bad. Sorry we're late. Oopsie. Oh wait, are we showing drinks, AJ?
Shay's drinking booba.
Got cold brew.
Boba.
I've got cold brew coffee.
See, we're doing it's like a coffee theme almost, kind of.
Almost.
I'm just
it's not at all. It's just brown sugar, but whatever.
And brown cow.
I drank too much scotch last night. More scotch than I anticipated drinking last night, so I'm not drinking tonight. Hey,
we have a viewer.
How are you doing, Flying Feline?
Hello, Feline. How are you, lovely? Yeah, I was kind of bummed because I was like, oh, I'm going to go and hang out on Topic List, and instead I was driving someone to the ER. So, yeah.
Fun.
Super fun.
I popped into Topic List for 5 minutes and just lurked, and with Rex having his head down and wearing that black hat that had like white I don't know, wording or design on it, it literally looked like he was facing the camera but wearing blackface because he was so tiny on the side of the screen because you guys were sharing screen.
That was terrible.
I just sat there stunned for like 2 minutes solid.
What is up, Mr. Frog G? It's good to see you. Hello, Gelth. If you're talking about me, I am not. I am pink. Thank you.
You are dark.
No. The overhead lights are really bright.
You're dark purple.
I am dark purple is what I am. But welcome everybody. Before we get started, Sai, how are you?
I am doing very well. How are you?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm very tired, but
okay.
I am super excited to get to do this again because last week was fun.
Okay, fine. I just filled up on mediocre stir fry that I couldn't eat until I put away $170 worth of groceries by myself. And now I'm going back and forth between my sinuses running because I use too much pepper and having an enormous amount of gas. So there we are.
Nice.
So how are you, Luke?
I'm okay. I finally got all of the. Yeah, I have actually, Gelth. I'd like to for drawing on whatchamacallit on newsprint. Found a newsprint pad and been doing a little sketching with them, but
awesome.
That's harsh. But yeah, got the comics organized finally. It only took me 9 fucking days, the first 9 days of the year. But now I can actually find shit, and I've got 3 full long boxes of stuff to sell or give away for channel giveaways. So yeah,
look at this bastard.
That's why I said that's pretty harsh.
It is.
That's funny. Yes, Frog G, you are correct. Only a few more days. This is what worries me is I'm feeling tired now.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, RV UAA is like 3 days away.
You're gonna die, Hunky.
It's fine. I have an entire fridge full of energy drinks. I will make it.
Luke, why do you look scared?
About what?
I don't know. You just had this look on your face.
Because I said I had a fridge full of energy drinks and he does not
Oh.
approve.
Yeah.
No, it was right before that. He still looks scared. It's okay.
It'll be
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Luke is ready. Luke has been ready for this shit. Like he was ready mid-December.
Yeah, I've got a couple of exclusive Frog G pieces. You won't be able to get any original Frog G art outside of the campaign, so I'm the only one that's got it. Sir Nunos and the Voodoo Priestess.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be so cool. I'm excited to see what everybody has. I'm not participating this time around, so I don't have any pressure on me to draw anything, thankfully. But I'm excited to see what everybody else has, and
finally,
should be good. And then Woodrow,
Yeah.
how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm just busy at work. I only have one day off a week currently, so I'm trying to pump out as many of these maps and shit as I can on my day off. And still
I know
keep my
every
house
week it's
and-
like seven new maps. Okay,
Well,
we used one.
There's this person I was on their Patreon for a little bit, or I think it was Patreon. It's one of those sites on their Linktree where you pay a little bit subscription or whatever, and I got just a bunch of maps, and so I'm just using those because I didn't want to draw anymore for a while. I'm just gonna place tokens and a grid. So.
Just use your imagination.
Take it easy,
Exactly. No, they look really good actually. It's a Gimme Pig, so on Patreon or something.
All right.
All right.
Are we prepared for this, guys? Are we ready?
Not really. All I know is I got fucked up last week.
I think we all did.
Oh shit! I totally forgot. Oh my gosh, I didn't. I just now looked at my health and was like, oh, that's right. We did get a little bit fucked. I'm not bad, but it's not great.
So, last time on Dice, Dames, and Dudes, the party got to know the rescued captives as they made their way back to the rebel base before offering them a chance to hit back. After a tense negotiation, the two orc tribes decided to stop bickering and focus on the fight ahead, even making a friendly competition out of it. Dis and Bryn made an interesting discovery about one of the orcs named Gorn, possibly being related to a bounty hunter they killed on Persine. And Samina took it upon herself to train the new troops, doing the best she can in the week she has. The party was minding their own business when they were ambushed by Manos and Baelor Talk, better known as Manos Prime. When Dis looked upon Manos Prime with her true sight, she saw the form of Kirby in its place. The party was able to destroy the android body of Manos, but Manos Prime was able to escape in Kirby's body from another universe. So that's where we last left off. You guys had just battled with Manos and Manos Prime, seemingly destroying the body of the original Manos that had tormented you all those episodes ago. You're not necessarily sure if he's gone, but you assumed the way that Manos Prime was talking that he has been assimilated into this other Manos. He had mentioned that his code was seemingly useful. So there is that. Also, in the time that you have had working on your ships and repairing your ships, Dis, there's something you noticed. The ship that you have currently, the gunship, was being piloted by Whisper before you had it previously. He had stolen it from somewhere, probably off of Ryzen. And when you look through the star charts and stuff like that, there's actually a location that's pinged on there. It's sort of marked. It doesn't seem like this specific ship has ever been there. But there's definitely a mark on the map, it's been someone was planning to go there, but never got around to it. Zanlin is still technically in a coma in Bach's laboratory. There's also Renage at some point had come up to you and asked you to take him to Osis when you have a chance, because he wants to at least ask around to see where Peru may have gotten to. He was tracking down a lead on Bisk's bounty for you guys. And then there's also the Darkwood that you were looking for. You've been scouring, trying to find places museums, stuff like that, and you haven't been able to find any. Talking to Perry, all you've been able to find out is that if you're gonna like scavenge for any, the only place you could do that is in the underdark caverns of Rishana. So you would have to spend time actually looking and scouring the planet. Using your bow and trying to scan and stuff like that. It would take some time, but you could do that. You would also, that planet is still technically under a quarantine, but from when you got all that information about troops moving around, it seems like the quarantine over Rishana has been shifted, and it's actually part of the force that's protecting Felandir as the monument moves from Zaloon on the edge of the galaxy towards its place where it's going to be positioned as the monument for the moon being destroyed. So yeah, you have the Zanlin, the whole thing with Zanlin, missing Peru, and then the Darkwood, and then you guys have a week to do something if you want, or you can take it as downtime and we can get to the assault on Tyr. Either way.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna write off the Darkwood. The other thing was finding
Peru. He's the guy you paid money to go investigate the bounty lead on Bisk, try and find some information. And then he had messaged you saying that he had found a lead on Bisk, like someone of interest maybe you could use in some way to draw him out, or to, well, not draw him out, you people know where he is, but to get him off guard or to get him alone away from his people, because people don't really mess with him. But, yeah.
Yeah, with the universe coming to an end soon, I'm not super worried about trying to collect bounties a week out from a big mission. So,
well, he's not going to collect the bounty. He's going to find his missing friend.
Yeah, he wanted us to take him there so he would and help him
To
find
where?
his friend.
Osis. He's specifically going to a club called Deep. He's going to ask one of the other gangs that they were going to race in the X run if they know anything, because that's one of the spots that Puru was seen when he was there, because Renaj's just been looking into it. So he was seen there, but he doesn't really know what happened.
Sorry, I'm just looking on the map to find Osis.
I mean,
My-
you could, switch to the map.
I don't think it's on this map. Okay, hold on.
I'm looking at the one that's...
Well, Osis is a city on a planet. It's one of the moons. It's the blue moon around the Elven worlds, if you're looking at the solar map.
I'm looking at the solar map.
It might be Ryzen Prime.
So one of the Horizons.
Yeah. It's one of the moons around.
So it's over that way. All right. All right, Shay, let's do it. Ow.
Nice.
Yeah, it's Ryzen Prime. That's where he's going. That's the moon he's going to. But he's going to the city Osis specifically.
And can I call him an Uber?
You can.
What do you think the chances are of Renaj getting lost as soon as he, or just not, returning?
Like 1 to
Pretty high.
10?
Yeah.
Not 10 to 1. 1 to 10. Like he goes out once, he gets lost 10 times.
Yeah. Essentially.
Did we ever find Namgold, and keep him?
Yeah,
he's with us.
He's on the station.
Yeah.
I was just making
Yeah.
sure. I thought that we had, but I couldn't remember.
Wait, Namgold doesn't have Darkwood?
No.
God
Useless
damn
junk.
it.
Emphasis on mostly useless junk.
Why do we even like him?
I don't
Because
know.
he found my puppy. Because we made the joke that he was a Persian dealer, and now it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how it starts.
Mm-hmm.
That's how all this starts.
And our little gnome friend is in a coma in Bach's laboratory.
Mm-hmm.
So he came through the portal and then what? Collapsed?
Essentially, yeah. He came through and then what? Just like dropped.
That's not good.
There are.
So I'm gonna go to Bach's lab and see if Bach is in there and check on Zaldan.
Okay. So go ahead, when you go in and just give me a basic medicine check. But you go in and he's basically propped up in one of the chairs. You can see that Bach has made him as comfortable as he can be. There's a little table that's been like pulled over to the chair where Whisper's kind of sitting on. Kind of gets up when you come into the room, looks over.
That would be a 13. 9 plus 4. Medicine is not my forte.
So 13. You kind of like pull back the lids of his eyes. You know, they're rolled back. They don't seem super bloodshot. You're like, yep, he's definitely asleep.
Yeah, he's definitely out of it.
Hey.
But he doesn't seem damaged. But there definitely seems to be some kind of mental block or spell or psionic ability that, you know, like a hold spell or something. So you've seen similar effects to this. You just don't know what it is that's doing it. But he doesn't seem to be dead or injured. For the 13, you can tell he's got a pulse.
3 rooms over. Give him a purple nurple. He'll wake up.
No. So I mean, his breathing is normal.
Yeah, he just seems to be. It looks, to your knowledge, that he's asleep, just out.
The Matrix is hacking him.
All right. Anything with the code around him?
No, the code, the video game code,
Yeah.
seems to be normal, other than the shit that's going haywire already. There doesn't seem to be any sort of added anomaly around him or anything like that. Like there is around you guys, where you have like the Manos code affecting you, and you can see like little bits of it everywhere. But with him, he seems to be running as normal, except he's got that little spark that means he's not bound to the code like other people. He can kind of make he has his own will. But other than that, he seems to be normal.
Chat, how's it?
You know,
Want to roll me another medicine check?
Nope,
Maybe performance.
I hand Chronos some rubber gloves. You bring up a good point. Didn't we need Manos's code to disinfect us?
That's what you're working to.
That's
the end game.
Can we maybe examine his dead body of the android and see if there's anything to be gleaned?
Yeah. Yes, you can.
What would you like, an investigation or a medicine or a computer use or a...
That would be
insight?
An engineering, because you're getting it to work again, and then you can get in there and do
I don't
your
want it to
computer
work.
Get in there.
I
Like all the way in there. Up to the elbow.
my echo just went fucking nuts. Did I say... Oh, I know why. Because I said something use. All right.
Yeah.
A 10.
Chronos.
Wait,
You see...
engineering?
Yeah, engineering.
13.
You see describe to Kronos what he sees as you're trying to repower on these chunks of Manos.
So I take a butter knife and I'm stripping the insulation off wires.
Okay.
Now,
With your
Dish is
insight-
slightly colorblind, so...
Oh no!
With your
No.
insight, Kronos, you can clearly see what is going on here.
I'm not sure that I'm honestly curious to see what's going to happen. Like, can they electrocute themselves this time? Like,
Well,
I'm
with a
totally
13
okay.
with a 13, nothing catastrophic happens, but nothing significant really happens either. But
Well,
they're
let's see. That's
Wait,
the
he's,
thing.
working.
he's getting ready to shock Zalnan?
A
No.
mini-map.
no. They're just trying to power on Manos. The android Manos
Oh,
is
okay.
left over. You know.
But see, that's the thing is, so nothing of use happens, but nothing catastrophic happens. Well, a tiny shock is neither.
Yeah, there
So
was
be
no
fair.
power salvaged with a 13.
Oh, you know what? I still have a spell slot left for lightning.
Here,
You can.
Jay Ryan, I will throw the big one. We'll see what it says. It doesn't like me tonight, so I don't know.
And so the way I do this is you don't have to necessarily, when you do this, you're not necessarily hitting it with a lightning bolt. You're just, oh, nice. You're using the power of a third level lightning bolt spell to power it. You know, you're sort of casting the spell in a different way. That way you're not like holding it up or throwing it up and then like shooting a lightning bolt at it. You're just trying to harness
should
that
I-
energy in a different way.
Should I thunderclap it instead?
That's if it's thunder damage. That's more if you're trying to shatter it. Like, you know.
Oh.
Break it down further, not
Yeah.
power it.
Fine. Do I have anything else electrical? No, not magic missile.
Forced.
No, not psychic. All right, lightning bolt it is.
All right. So if you expend the spell, there's no roll needed. There's enough charge in this leftover piece of Manos for you to manipulate for a while. We'll say probably around 3 hours, maybe more. You're not exactly sure, but now you could do your computer use on it, and Kronos, you could roll, and Dish, you could help, or vice versa, or however you want to accomplish this. But yeah, you can assist with computer use at this point.
Alright.
Hey, my
I mean,
use
I've got a
computer's
plus
not
11
terrible.
for use computer, so.
What's yours, Shay?
Oh, it's only +5.
So's mine.
Yay! I'm as good as this with computers. That makes
All
sense because while Dis was worrying about finding all the porn on Cronus's computer, I was trying to actually find information.
You're mean. I got a 24.
Oh, that's great.
Shall I roll again for advantage?
Well, Kronos gets a roll too if you just rolled
I mean,
once.
I got a 24 as well.
Oh, nice. Right. So
Everyone has
with,
the D4.
with
You
guys
want- you
both
wanna-
getting-
Shay, roll.
Well,
I got an 18.
so watching
That's
over the
still good.
shoulder. No, but you guys are basically using your little data pads to try to scavenge the code that is stored in this device, and you get a lot of the pieces that you see in the world around you. But it does look like this has been stripped, damaged, or fractured. You do get a couple new pieces of code, but they're not completing one singular. You kind of get chunks to different pieces through that, and that is significant in one way. So you have still 2 more pieces, but they're fragmented now, if that's what you want to take notes on, or like put in your notes.
Luke, you're the noter.
I like how Woodrow gives us information. He's like, and that is significant in one way.
Well, I can't really say anything, or
I know, it just
when the
makes me
thing
laugh.
comes
I'm
up.
like,
Oh.
I feel like we should be able to deduce what way that is, and I have no idea.
Does it match any of the weird code in us?
So you
I
get
thought that's what
pieces
he was
of
talking about.
yeah. So there
Huh?
is pieces of the code in that match all of you and kind of the world all around you that you get, but you also get pieces of these missing
Oh.
fragments that you need. Kronos is basically trying to put the code together, and there's these pieces that are missing, and there's just like little fragments that got filled in but not completed.
God damn it, can't you run an algorithm to reconstruct the missing code? Rodney McKay could do it.
Uh-huh.
MacGyver could do
I'll
it.
say that's how he knows how much code is missing exactly. Let's see. Okay, so is there anything specific you want to try to find in this code, like anything specific you want to try and suss out of it. It is fractured and fragmented and stuff, but you can maybe try to glean something out of it. Just
Location.
a
Plots,
location.
plans,
Okay.
ploys,
So trades.
point of origin.
Okay.
How the
So-
fuck they got in our base. You know, the usual.
The usual.
So 24.
Where the fuck my tech is?
You get the sense that if there's anything left in there, it's gonna take some time. You guys did work pretty good with the 24, and some time has passed doing this. If you want to try and dig further, you can go ahead and give me another check. But you get a sense with the rolling at 24 that the DC is higher than that. So, just so you're aware,
Can I
Pumping.
assist
you can
Kronos
you
this
can
time?
Yeah.
Pump.
All right.
You can pump. That's solid. Solid. I'll
I
get
was gonna say
behind
pump,
him.
Pump more time into it, but then I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh, okay.
Then you started talking, you ass. So
That is with advantage. That is 18 plus 11. That's
Ooh,
is it
29, right?
29.
9? Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So 29
29.
does beat the DC. So, two things you get. There is a sort of, with the same way the code is sort of trying to stitch itself to reality, that was that first Manos code, the code that you guys basically came here with, the one that you're finding that is in you that has been fractured. But as you dig further, there's fractures or fractals that don't match the stuff that belongs to you guys or any of the world. And when you go through your systems, it matches other video games that you've been through and have code pieces to. And you start putting that together, and you realize that he's got sort of these back doors in the code that with a lot of time you might be able to reconstruct, and this can be added to your possibly getting a doorway out of here, information to that. So that's one thing with the 29 you get, is his sort of doorways and passages. That's sort of how he snuck up on you. He can sort of place himself behind the code, just behind it, and kind of move around.
He's in those damn hallways from that one movie.
Also, that means it doesn't work like invisibility. However, seeing into the
He's
ethereal
clipping.
plane, yeah. So, but seeing into the ethereal plane would functionally in here work similar. It's like to seeing this quote unquote back room. So that would work
Okay.
just for future reference.
Okay, so I with the goggles, I should be able to see him. then.
Or true sight, yeah. And then the other thing is you don't get a full trace, but with time over time, you can run basically like an algorithm to try to trace him, and you get the first little part of that, which locks in and lets you know that it's working, and there's more than likely a location that's going to be fed to you at some point. You're not exactly sure when it'll happen. With the 29, you're pretty confident that it'll work.
Okay.
I'm thinking just after we finish the tier base.
Or just
Run and
before.
score. Or during.
Or during.
One of those three. Either before, during, or after.
It's gotta be.
Something like that.
After I assist Kronos, I'm going to go rest.
Okay.
And yes, and regain some health.
Okay. So you take 4 hours. If anyone else wants to rest for a long rest, that'd be 8.
yeah, might
Would
as
you be-
well.
Rolling into the first day of the week.
And then we have to figure out if we're going to go hunt down what's his fuck.
Is what's his fuck Manos?
No.
I don't.
The lost
there's
guy.
A lot of, there we go.
Yeah, the Renage's friend.
Yeah, I'm horrible with names.
There's like a million of them. It's okay. I forget them too.
Well, that's the thing is, I was like, oh, if we want to go hunt down what's his fuck, I was like, which one?
There's so
Like-
many what's his fuck.
So many of them. I don't know which one you mean.
God, now I have to go through and reset the charges on everything. I blame Shay.
Fuck you, bitch.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, so what's the game plan?
All right, so after a long rest, there's no change in Zalnan. Is
No.
Bach around?
Yeah, you can go find Bach. He's not in his lab. He's actually in sort of that back little hallway where the power system is with Kirby, and they're sort of messing around. Perry's back there with them, and so is Sylvar and Frog Knight.
Hold on, let me see if I have this.
Oh, that map would be all moved around or whatever, but yeah, that back room with the weird gray rectangles in the top right. Everyone's kind of crammed in that back room area, kind of going over exactly how they're going to ground themselves when reality splits.
Oh shit!
You need to make a field that will cover the whole base and take everything with it.
Just have the spider wrap around it.
Yeah. Maybe find like a little divot or something in the asteroid so it's a little easier, so it just kind of completes the shape. But I want to ask Bach if you ever seen anything like this with Zalman? Like anybody ever come through a portal and just drop before?
I've seen someone go inside out, but never just go into a portal like that.
Interesting.
How about appearing with their head backwards so they can see their butt?
Jeez. What's wrong with you guys?
Inside out, really? That must have been horrific.
And exploded.
You get the sense that with your insight, yeah, he's shit bullshitting you. He's just fucking with you.
How goes the preparations for grounding the base?
So far, I'm very confused, but Kirby seems to know what he's doing, and he's teaching me some. It's kind of breaking my mind. And Perry seems to know what he's doing, which is strange because I don't think he's alive. But it's going pretty good. There's also a
There's
giant
all kinds of
robot
shit going on.
in an ogre. So it's interesting.
Yeah. Gonna be going into a new reality after all this, so it's gonna get even more interesting. I'd wager. All right, I'm gonna go find Cesaria and have her take a look at Zalman, see if she gets any kind of.
Okay. She is kind of same thing. She's working with the fungal pirates and Gemini, and they're sort of just working on the farm and keeping up the animals that are now in there. And basically, when you go in there, you see there's like lizards and chickens that they have like in sort of these atriums that have been installed back there.
Nice.
She's like, yes. Is he still in the coma?
Yeah. Yeah, I asked Bach if he'd ever seen anybody just, drop as soon as they come to a portal before, but he apparently never seen that before. Have you?
Not because of the portal, like the travel itself. No.
You think he might be tied to the planet that he was on? Like some kind of I don't know, LoJack?
Sorry, that got me. She kind of looks at you and she goes, well, explain to me what was happening. What was the scene before you sent him through, or he came through? And because I don't think you necessarily described everything that happened. Oh no, she was there, right? Didn't she go in?
Yeah, she was there.
With you?
Yeah,
okay.
She took everyone back. Went through the portal.
She cast a spell.
Yeah. And that's when we
I'm gonna have to make a check for her real quick. 12 plus insight. So that's a 17. That's not bad. So she kind of does the same thing you do, and goes over and makes a brief medicine check. And
Lifts his eyelid. Yep.
yeah, he does the same exact thing you do.
No.
No,
Sticks her thumb in his butthole. He doesn't
Oh, sigh. That would be what Jess would do.
But she does say that from what I remember when we came in, he was being interrogated by the High Crown, and elves here have a unique psionic ability, more than I've experienced where I'm from. So.
move. Oh God, I've got to do the Spock thing.
Maybe it has something to do with the interrogation.
Oh, okay. So it's right. Because he was kind of out of it a little bit, and not really.
Yeah,
okay.
He was shaking off the effects of the interrogation when you guys sent him through the portal.
Okay, I'm gonna need horseradish. I'm gonna need
whatever
a car
Jess asks for,
battery.
Don't give it. Nope.
So, if you
Some
wanna
jumper
try
cable.
to try and do the mind meld thing, you can attempt that and try and figure out some more information, or maybe possibly even fix the problem. But that is essentially going to be a skill challenge, and you're not the only one who can do anything. If anyone has detect thoughts, they can assist by casting the spell and making the same checks that Dis can, because Dis can do this because of the passive psionic ability. But if you have detect thoughts, it's sort of another way to tap into that using the arcane. And then if there's anything else you can think of doing that would help in the sort of trance ceremony, like, I don't know, maybe you want to perform, like do some sort of like guttural throat singing or something, or you could do a perform check. You could anything you.
Wait,
you
do I have to do
think
my
of.
dance again from the ant?
The dance of your people.
You totally could, but basically the way it works is, as a skill challenge goes, someone has to make a check, and it can't be the same check over and over again. So Disc can't make the same psychic wisdom save every not wisdom save, wisdom check every turn. Someone else has to do something, or Dis has to do something else on the next check. Yeah.
So
Okay.
you said, like, if we have detect thoughts and, like,
If you have the
would
detect
that be on our
thoughts,
spell?
yeah, that would be in the spells. If you have the detect
Okay.
thought spell, you can assist in the same way Dis would with just a straight wisdom check.
Yeah,
No,
I,
don't
I,
have detect
I
thoughts,
cannot
you're
help,
good.
unfortunately.
If you want to
Okay.
use Arcana, you could try and you make glyphs or runes, stuff like that. But as basically the checks come up, you can sort of say, I want to try this and make a check, and if it beats the DC that I set for that, then yeah. But that's if you think of something. If not, no worries.
Okay.
No worries. It's just if something pops in your head, go ahead and feel free to throw it out there. Or any spells or any abilities or anything like that.
Boggy's killing me here. Gotta mix up those checks. A check mix. Checks mix, if you will.
Yep.
Jeez.
It's terrible.
I'm gonna pull out my tablet and start playing the eerie music for when Spock does his mind meld in the original series.
You said eerie music, and I thought Silent Hill.
No, we want to bring him out of this, not push him
No.
deeper.
Damn it! But
What is cipher on the sheet here?
That's like breaking codes.
Okay.
And putting codes together, reading, deciphering languages you don't have on your sheet. If you want to try and put together a language that you don't know, stuff like that.
Or solve riddles.
like National Treasure stuff.
I like it.
Okay. So is it just wisdom, or am I going to have to perform, or?
So
Yes.
the first check, you could do your wisdom check to basically initiate the connection. If anyone else wants to think of things that can add, like Kronos, you have the bardic inspiration that could help.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean I could definitely toss this. That's about the only thing I have that I can do is toss a bardic inspiration.
I'm going to light
Possibly
some
using-
candles.
Using history skills or So
Can
incense
survival
and
help at all?
It could, because the trance is going to be possibly long. So knowing what it would take, like you could like keep them hydrated or something like that, or I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna run up with like a wet cloth and just tap the brow and make sure they don't get overheated.
Yeah.
Thank you,
So
babe.
that's one of the checks can be that then. So just
Yes.
I mean,
I'm
I've got
you won't be able to do that again, and it'll be a high DC, but you can make the check. Cool.
I can do a performance, you know.
Yeah.
But
make the music good and soothing. Soothing.
okay.
None
All right,
none of your
started.
psychedelic disco shit. We got rid of that.
Oh,
already.
Jess, come on.
Dubstep starts playing.
Boots and pants, boots.
Thrasher metal.
Let me see here. I have ink.
Pavel.
Well, I have
Pavel.
tattoo ink. Hold on. I need to look through my inventory.
You know, sometimes you gotta like fast before you do shrooms. Maybe like it's just good to fast and clear yourself out. So Bryn uses survival to make some sort of like epicac or whatever. Everyone clears themselves out.
No.
Jesus. I think I have some ink. I'm going to draw the symbol of Zinzarina on his forehead.
So that could be a check, but that would be a religion. If you want to use religion to,
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's a mighty +3, so yeah. All right, wisdom. 14 plus. Is it the plus wisdom on my save or the plus on my thing?
it's just
My
off
top.
your wisdom modifier.
Okay, so dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, that's a success for the first one. And it's basically we're trying to get 8 successes before 5 failures. So that way, so you basically get positioned next to him at the chair, and Whisper's kind of over to one side on that table across from you from Zalman, sort of just watching, and you know get comfortable and make the connection. And as you sort of initiate it, the sense you get is definitely odd. It's like there's just a blankness, almost like there's every now and then when you go into a trance, there's that moment of transition, and that's almost what it's like here. But you can't seem to see anything or sense anything at first. Okay, and then we
Just
can
is
get
very comfortable with transitions.
Yes.
we can get the Kronos if you want, since you're the one who's singing or performing. You can go ahead and give me the next check.
Alright, so performance. 22, 12 plus
Ooh.
10.
Nice. Good. So, you add to the atmosphere with some sort of arcane rhythmic chanting that helps the trance.
Some tribal drums.
Yeah, sort of assist Dis with the concentration. And with the 22, if you would like to, you could actually give your bardic inspiration to Dis on the next wisdom check they take specifically, the one where they just add the wisdom.
Okay.
You can go ahead and, with that song, add the bardic inspiration to that next check. Dis, if you want to go ahead and give me the next wisdom check.
Oh, nice. 16 plus 6 plus... What's the bardic inspiration?
Oh, you don't have to use it on that one if you don't want to. Just to
Bardic
clarify,
inspiration
so you don't
is
use it right
advantage.
now.
Okay, 22.
No, it's not
Without
advantage. It's a D8
Oh.
you roll and add that.
It's a D8.
Oh,
You
okay,
can use
sorry.
it whenever you need it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Within the next 10 minutes. So you got what was the total before the bardic?
It's 22.
Okay. 22.
16 plus 6.
16 plus 6. 22. 3. Okay, so there's that initial fog that you sense when you get in there, and you can kind of hear the pulsing of Kronos' voice and music kind of coming through, and it sort of almost pushes away and clears a little bit of the fog. And you get like these flashes of memories as the fog moves away, and they're kind of hard to see in that moment. There's some childhood memories you can tell, or at least they seem like childhood memories from the memory because you're looking up. To you, it seemed like a childhood memory, but they're sort of just like flashing, and you get flashes of the hamsters, sense of empathy and connection, and purpose. And then I need Bryn. Go ahead and give me whatever check you would like to make.
We'll do a survival.
Survival. Okay. So survival's been used. Performance has been used.
30.
Oh shit. Okay.
I rolled a 19 and it's plus 11, so.
Nice.
Great job, babe.
Thanks!
Another
Poor
success.
one.
She's standing by with the furious brow mopping.
I'm like,
And with-
I'm ready.
yeah. Well,
It's like me when you were replacing your thermostat.
Yeah, where I almost punched you because you did it too frequently.
It's a little more than that too. With the components you guys got from those witches, there's a little bit of adding to the incense and stuff like that. It kind of comes through as well and increases the focus. Almost puts you in
Nice.
a deeper trance. That gives us the 4. This time, with the 30, which is one of the highest, technically the highest DC there is, you will have advantage on this wisdom check disc.
Okay, just don't let me go too long and lose the inspiration, okay? A 4 or a 17. I'm going to take the 17. And so that's a 23. Shit. Do I need to use the inspiration now or lose it? I don't know how frequently
You mean the
you're having
Valkyrie?
this roll. Yeah.
That's up to you. So far, there has been 4 successes. If you would like to use the inspiration, you could. You're not sure if you've rolled high enough to succeed. So.
23 plus 7.
Okay, so the 30. That makes it the 5th success.
Yay. Good
Now,
job, team.
Bryn and Kronos are sort of invested in their what they're doing right now. Is Kronos, you have more bardic inspirations if you would like to cast them out as you're singing. You still can. I don't know if the one got used. You can only have one at a time. So if it gets used, you can basically hand
It
out
got
another
used.
one.
Yeah, it just got used.
They use the 7.
There you go. And then,
God, what else can I use?
So, with that check, Dis.
We need
You-
3 more, right?
Yeah, correct. You need 3 more. With that last success with the 30, you kind of push through the memories and you get to the moment where Zalman is sitting at the table and Zalman's looking and you are looking for you because you know where you came in, so Zalman doesn't necessarily see you, but since you're looking through the eyes, you can see as you sneak up behind the assassins when Bryn kind of comes up and sneaks successfully behind you, and you guys take out those first 2 elves interrogating him. You're sort of seeing yourself do that from his eyes, and as that elf is killed, the one that's connected to him, there's almost this resetting. Everything kind of goes blank, and then it's almost like the focus, similar to how you hold your psionic focus, switches to another node, something long distance, something further away, and it's just trying to aggressively hold. If you want, since you just used the wisdom check, if you wanted to switch it up for one of your skills, you could, for instance, use religion, because you drew the symbol on his forehead. You could use Arcana. You could use maybe history to get some knowledge, insight possibly, or persuasion, intimidate. You could use those sort of charisma skills to try and force your will on this presence. Whatever skill you want to use, but once you use that skill, that is sort of done, and the next time you use the wisdom check. So. But you only need 3 more successes.
Then I'm going to use Intimidate because it's a lot of plus.
There we go.
It's my second highest skill.
And then Kronos did pass out another inspiration if you need it, but he's used 2.
Yep.
So 9 plus 15 is 24.
Okay. You still feel it kind of pushing against you.
All right. I'll inspiration the motherfucker. 28.
28. Okay. Nice. So that is a success. We're working basically in intervals of 25 to 30 right now with DCs. Is what it seems like.
Shit.
For process of elimination.
So, I really can't use anything that's below a +5 at this point.
Seems like it.
Shit. I'm gonna have to intimidate the fuck out of. No, I already
No,
used
you
it.
can't because you just said.
I'm gonna have to persuade the fuck out of this guy.
Or use some
Stealth.
knowledge, your religion. You know, there's other ways. But go ahead and give me that wisdom check.
All right. Oh, 17 plus 6 is 23.
Yes.
23. Okay. Let's see. I gotta roll something. Okay, 2. Go ahead and what would you like to use for your next attempt at the skill? You can feel that the intimidation pushes the presence sort of away. It's still there and kind of observing, but you can kind of almost feel the consciousness of Zalman kind of awaken and start questioning what's going on. There's not a direct connection. Your focus is more on like a battle of will with this observer or this entity, but you can feel that it's being pushed away and Zalman's kind of getting his consciousness back.
I'm gonna try persuasion so that I can persuade him to help me fight against the
right.
connection that he has with
There
this
we
thing.
go. And Kronos, same thing. Next check goes by. You guys technically are focused, but you can, if you have more bardic inspirations, you can pass it out.
Yep. That's
Yes.
3 I've used.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so 23, and I have a feeling that I'm going to need the bardic inspiration.
Well, it depends on what you described. So yeah, the DC does fluctuate.
Come back to
What
us. Your friends are waiting for you.
Okay.
Whisper
And what
is
was-
here. He loves you long time. It was persuasion.
XOXO. What was the total?
Yeah. It was 23 without
20,
any
23
inspiration.
total. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is, you see that he basically wakes up and looks kind of like takes away the vision for a moment as the memory you were kind of controlling and looking around. It sort of latches away. You're no longer in that moment or that memory. You're sort of in, kind of like when you were in Bryn's dreams. You guys are both kind of standing next to each other in a void, surrounded by this oppressive darkness that is trying to push in. You can see these sort of like long black tendrils coming out of it trying to encroach. Go ahead and give me, with advantage, another wisdom save. Or not wisdom
Darkness.
save, sorry. Wisdom check. my
Wisdom
bad.
check.
Yeah.
Darkness is kind of my thing.
Yeah, I know. But
Dirty. Oh, with advantage. Fuck yeah. 26.
26. Okay, good to know. Good to know. That makes 8 successes with only 1 failure. So
Yay!
you sort of communicate with him.
Fudgy.
Oh, you didn't see? I already
No,
had
I
it.
didn't.
This is the way.
DC's new way.
Booty.
On point every time. Yeah, so you make the connection with him, and you guys basically like use your combined force of will to push away the darkness, and basically goes into this sort of white passive void. It's very calming, similar to when you're in your trances, and there's just a moment where he kind of looks up and goes, "Thank you," and kind of like shakes you out of his mind.
He's like, thanks, get the fuck out.
Well, it's more of just like he got himself back. He was able to
I'm
take
gonna
himself
need
back.
you to not take anything on the way out, okay?
Too late.
Yeah, this,
I
you
saw
can
what
try
you-
to stop
This
him
is
if
like
you want.
got a big jacket that's just full of memories sticking out. It's like, I don't have anything.
Yeah, yeah.
At 20.
I saw what you
So-
did behind the shed at the school.
Oh. Promise you'd never talk about that.
So,
He
as
shat.
he comes back, I rolled a check for him for something, and he actually got a nat 20, and it was a 5% chance thing that could happen when you successfully accomplish this. So, when you guys all come out of this trance, well, Kronos, you're sort of in your own trance, and Bryn, you're just focusing, like getting the sweat off with feeding cookies to Whisper. Total emotional
Your
support.
blood sugar's low, honey. Have a cookie.
And
Please don't stand for 15 minutes.
Zalman snaps to in the chair, and in the moment, you come back as well. And Zalman kind of starts shaking and trembling, and he says, "Thank you. Thank you. Oh, dear. Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, dear, what?
And you can see Kronos. You're actually going to need to roll. All of you can make this roll, but I'm used to Kronos just automatically queuing into what everyone's thinking because of his 22 or whatever insight.
Yeah.
But this actually it's an alien body language kind of, so it takes a check. But anyone can check to kind of read the body language of the room.
Nope.
All right. So, what am I using?
2.
Insight?
Insight, yeah.
Oh, then I have an 8.
17 plus 12. 29.
29. All right. That's about as good as it gets. So yeah, you are looking. You can see that the way he's shaking, it's definitely just like some kind of shock effect. But you've actually seen this effect before in someone in your past. Some sort of you've basically seen like a memory dump happen to someone before. But it was from your experience, it was probably more of like neural link related, right? Like people connecting themselves to technology.
Yeah.
But this is more of an arcane effect or a mental effect in itself, and you can see that Whisper seems ashamed or sad or both, and so does Zalnan. And with the 29, you can kind of tell that the ways Whisper is looking at Zalnan and Zalnan is looking at Whisper, that the disconnect they feel, they're both ashamed of something different, kind of, or the context of why they're ashamed is different.
We broke their love connection.
How you doing there, buddy? Welcome back to the land of the living.
It's a lot to take in, but I don't want to. Sorry, I don't want to seem rude. Thank you. That was a very. I felt like I was trapped in my own body. I could hear people, not exactly what they were saying, but around me. There's people around, but I couldn't move or do anything. Yeah, it's just I'm remembering. There's just a lot catching up to me, I think. He seems like out of it, almost like just whatever. It's just a lot of stress for the mind.
I'll pat his shoulder. Hydrate. Get some food. Try to get some rest.
I just give him another cookie. Like, it's all I got. Have a
He takes it and eats it.
There's definitely a room you can crash in. You and all your friends. Go get some rest, man.
Thank you. He kind of like looks around for a moment, eventually kind of gets up, hops down, and so when you offered him a place to sleep, you're talking about your ship, or in the rebel base, or.
Well, we have rooms in the rebel base, right? I
Yeah.
thought he might be a little more comfortable in the base rather than in the ship. Yeah.
So I just wanted to double check where you're wanting to store people, but yeah. So he basically goes in the back and gets a room with takes one of the beds that are up for grabs at the moment.
Does Whisper go with him?
Store people?
Well, I mean,
Oh.
There's space hookers.
Well, you guys, in all fairness, you do have people stored in Kronos' ship right now. There's at least 3 cadavers in there.
I thought we just kept the head.
Those are
That is-
those are
Well,
That
the
is a
head.
locked freezer. Thank you very much. Nobody goes
Those
in
are
there.
bodies.
Things can be
The
unlocked.
store people room from Feline.
Oh my god.
Ah, yes.
Shay Reed.
I know. I read that forever ago.
Oh, excuse me.
The store people room is also known as a giant walk-in freezer. That's locked all the time.
It's people.
Yeah.
Silent green.
All right.
Yeah,
Look,
but yeah,
if
Whisper
you
goes
guys-
with them.
Aw.
What?
No, he has.
I think we fucked up their love connection. I really do. Either that or, Whisper did something and encouraged the darkness to naughty touch him. And then...
I was
I
gonna
think
say,
maybe it's
like,
all the dead soldiers and all the killing.
Nah.
I
Maybe
don't know.
what he did to
I have
escape?
no hypothesis.
Who knows? I mean,
Can I do
I've
an
got-
inside check and see if I can glean anything, or if Bryn is just
You can, yeah.
baking
You can roll
cookies?
inside.
Hey, 24.
Okay, nice. So with the information you were given off of Kronos' insight check, and you guys are kind of talking around, and the way that he said, "I'm just remembering a lot," you get the sense that it's not other people's memories that are fucking with him. The memories probably belong to him, but for some reason he's re-remembering something.
So, like
stuck,
something
or-
that he had locked away and managed to forget now has come back to the surface.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. We just re-traumatized them, dudes. But he's alive.
He's alive.
yeah.
Our work here is done.
He's alive, and we re-traumatized him, so our work here is definitely done. We've
Yeah.
done what we would normally do, which is kind of fuck someone's world up.
I mean, that's what we do.
Yep. Leaving destruction in our wake as usual.
And trauma. Yeah.
Go team.
and extreme trauma, yes.
Scarring.
Go team.
Uh,
I
hmm.
wonder if it has
Kronos.
anything to do with his brother.
Kronos.
Yes.
You and Bryn both make me
Angry.
intelligence. Intelligence saving throws.
That's mean. 8.
Ooh. Dirty
8.
20. 19 plus 1.
19 plus
I have
okay.
a 0+ on intelligence. So.
I've got a 1.
Bryn, as you're sort of doing the insight check and trying to like look into this, and they're walking away, they go into the room and go to get rest, but Whisper sort of looks back at you when you sort of put all this together, and as you're walking away, you get in your head not confused, but trouble. You get the sense of trouble. But it's not like necessarily serious trouble. It's more like trouble can't communicate message. In place of interest, basically, it's like trying to tell you that all of this stuff that has happened or that is of interest, or everything that's going on with Zalman, there's a place of interest that
Okay.
is like the cause or source of it. Yeah. Almost like a feeling of home too. On top of that, it's kind of a little sense of feeling of home, like his home maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah. What a way to start off a day.
On that note,
And you're only an hour in. Good job, guys. Feel
So-
accomplished already.
Are we gonna go help find the other guy, or what are we gonna do? Are we gonna putz around for a week?
Well, I mean, we should probably go try to find that dude. I
I'm
mean,
fine with that.
Renage has done a lot to help us.
All right. Are the ships fixed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Are they?
And
Are
they were
re-equipped?
they were restocked, yeah, because you guys had ordered before those 2 days had gone by for resupplies.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
Right, I remember that.
So that, yeah.
We Blamazoned it.
Glamazoned it.
Because they're blam blams. They're
Mm.
kapows. So we Blamazoned it.
Nice.
And Renage bought you guys some torpedoes. You guys bought potion supply, or Chronos. I think you guys all chipped in or whatever, but you guys bought some potion supply stuff and
Yeah.
components. And he
Yeah.
chipped in for torpedoes.
That's as he should.
Yep. Yeah, because I made all that big batch of potions, and I wanted to have a resupply before
Bless
we
you.
left
Bless
this
you.
universe.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Because
he's
he
also
might-
he was also intimidated by Dis early on, and you guys keep giving him shit about the money, so he's like, I'm just gonna do stuff so they leave me the fuck alone.
Look, I bought torpedoes. We're cool, right?
Yeah, we're friends now, right? So yeah, are you loading up the gunship and headed out?
Yeah, I'm just looking here. Seems to me that we only have one of 4 hull modifications and 2 out of 3 secondary weapon systems. Feels like upgrades are needed. Just saying. Oh, we need decoys too. They're empty. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my sheet and all the shit you added to it.
The decoy drones,
Yeah.
essentially your flares, yeah.
You know, the Germans had flare that they used
Oh
to
my
never.
gosh. Stop it. Stop it.
All right. So who else is coming? It's us and who?
Okay, let's get Renage
Go
this guy.
here.
Shoot that. Renage is coming with you. Steve is staying back. He's working on the place. Bach and everyone's
I
staying
mean,
back. Yeah, so
do
it's
you
just
guys-
Renage.
Do you guys want help puppies?
We could take
Well-
maybe
Enar.
Hill Puppies and Enar.
Yeah, they usually go with so the way I imagine it is you guys are basically just taking Kronos' ship, attached and basically replacing the escape pod of the gunship. Is that what you guys were doing? I remember we had talked
that
about
works
it.
for me.
But, okay, cool. I
mean,
didn't
we
want to
can.
just assume.
You need to figure out how to shrink that thing down.
I mean, it's kind of already small enough.
I know, but I'm saying it can't be good for the efficiency of the shields or the cloaking device to have that
size
big
is not everything.
So
oil.
just so we have the head continuity in our head, the way that van works is it's installed like an escape pod. To get into the interior of Kronos' ship, you would have to basically go from the gunship to the Kronos' cockpit, and then press a little dial pad, and then the door you came in through would basically revert to the extra space door, and you would walk back through into Kronos' space. So you can still access Kronos' interior ship while you're on the gunship. So you guys are aware.
Okay.
Yeah. I just figured you went in through one door, and then at the back where the two van doors would open, that opens up into this other bigger ship.
Nice. Okay. And since I haven't used it in 17 episodes, I'm also gonna, while we leave, summon my familiar.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I forgot you had it familiar.
I keep wondering about it. I'm like, oh.
This is a harsh parent.
I miss having Kirby as my familiar.
It's no fun if you can't torture Kirby.
It's no fun if it can't, talk back in full sentences.
So if you want, go ahead and with Kronos as your co-pilot and or Bryn, you can go ahead and give me a piloting check with advantage, just because of where the movement. You have the old movements and the updated movements, so you don't have to worry about the percentage being high, but it still could possibly run into them.
A 14 and a 19 on the die, so 29.
29. All right. That is probably
Let
a
me
good thing.
switch our map. Do I have my ship on here? Yes, I do.
Okay. So you guys are headed to Ryzen Prime. No encounter with the High Crown ships. And you guys have the stealth generator, right? So it gives them
Yes.
disadvantage and shit for sensing you. Okay. No random encounters. Disadvantage is a lifesaver. And then clipping out with Naj real quick. So you guys do make it.
Yeah.
You do make it to the city of Osis. I don't know if you have that map up in there, but basically I would just use it to point out where deep is. But essentially, since
New
you have such a
Osis city
large-
map
yeah, it should be that
or
one.
New Deep?
Osis city map, just so you can see kind of how the city's laid out and stuff. But yeah, so in the slums, you guys have a huge gunship.
Sorry.
And even if you left that like in orbit or something and took the Kronos' van, you could park if that was the case if you wanted to. But with the gunship, you'd have to basically park it in a some kind of parking garage or hangar. So, do you want to take the gunship down in there, or do you want to fly the smaller Volkswagen down into the city?
Meep, meep.
I don't. Now I'm mad we took the gunship. I don't want to leave it somewhere.
Well, it's an elven ship, and this is a mainly water world, so you could like park it out somewhere and have it submerge and hide, or all kinds of things you can do.
What are these docks? Are they for boats?
Places- Yeah, this is a water world. There's all kinds of things you can do. It's ships,
Oh,
not
God.
necessarily boats. Elven ships can do space and water, but yeah, it's a place for you to store ships, large ships.
If we see Kevin Costner here, I'm not drinking my own pee. Is there? Are there like any? Yeah. Are there any? Oh fuck! Like
Any what?
an occupied rooftops or something that might hold the weight of a Elven gunship.
If you would like to park it on top of a building and then just make your way down to the streets, you could do that. And you could give me a piloting check, a stealth check, and see exactly which you are good at. And the stealth has a cloaking system. You could
Wait.
possibly get away with it.
Hold on, wait. Can we park it on top of a building and then try to disguise it as a giant hamburger? You're like, this
If
is
you-
the restaurant,
If
clearly.
you still had the holographic stealth generator instead of the just actual stealth generator, yeah.
How about if I just park it hovering 20 feet in the fucking air above the rooftop, invisible?
You can. Yeah, you can. You can do that.
Okay.
You would still have
Okay.
to, it could still be picked up and scanned. But yes, you can do that.
God damn it! Just. mhm.
Look, you can't
I
take a
don't like
gunship into buildings with you. You can't just take it anywhere. You already tried that with the starship. Look, worst
But
case
now I
scenario-
can take the. Now I can take the fighter with me everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So, if worst case scenario, you could pop the starfighter, get to your gunship real quick.
I will be right back.
All right.
All right, fine. Where was he last seen?
He was last seen at the Deep. The
Okay.
last place that Renage found him to be seen was the Deep. So he wants to go ask some of the gangsters there. That's the opposite gang of their equipment. The opposite gang of He's trying to get info from enemies.
So the best chance to hide this thing is underwater? Is that what you're saying?
The gang is called the Deep Ones, so maybe not. I don't know. It's a water world with water species.
Fine, I'm gonna find a hangar to rent, to park, and then we will take the damn Volkswagen.
So the sharks and the sharks and the jets. That's what I was trying to find.
Wagon. So while you're here, there is markets. You can go to the industrial area, maybe even black markets in the slums.
Oh, good. I'll look for that shit that I was not gonna look for. Darkwood.
Oh, gotcha.
Look at some person. Some person has suggestions for you, Dis.
Yeah, what's the population of the city?
Oh my gosh, you cannot stop.
You just told me to not stop.
So
Roll
are
me
we taking my van down?
D20. No, I'm just kidding. And then I got a times by 100,000.
That's a lot of people.
Population. About
In the
the same
millions?
as New York.
8 million? 12 million?
8 million.
Too many
8.4.
for you to kill a million.
8.468 in the year 2021. No, I'm just kidding. It's about 8 million. So it's a highly dense.
Other than the slums and the gang area, which is in the slums, is there any respectable place to park my ship that doesn't feel like I'm instantly going to get it fucking stolen? I don't want to come back to it being up on blocks.
No, this is like trying to find parking in Baltimore. That's why I'm laughing.
More like Night City, but yeah.
No, I'm
There are-
going with Baltimore.
There's so many rooftops in Night City that you can park on.
Give me a investigation check.
All right.
Because this is the only way you're going to be happy.
No, see that's
23.
where you're wrong. This is never happy.
A 23. You're fairly confident there is a number of places, either in the trade port, the red light district, the financial area, the residential area, where you could
Oh
park.
my
You don't
gosh.
want to. You don't want to park in the slums, industrial, or government sector. It seems like
Parking in the residential district and be like,
Right?
oh, we're just moving in.
in one of the squares. That's just like
Red light district.
okay.
Of course you would go for the red light district.
It's seedy, but it's not. No, fuck it. The trade port.
Okay.
Because I want to do some trade while we're here.
And you are trying to be stealthy, so go ahead and give me a piloting check real quick. And if you're co-piloting, you can give it with advantage. And then your stealth check will be with advantage because of the stealth generator.
7 or a 19. I'll take the 19, just cause. And plus 10. You said
Okay.
a stealth. That's a 22. That's a 31.
Okay.
I'll take the 31.
Yeah, 31. You don't think you're going to get a parking ticket. You're fairly confident.
My invisible ship won't get a parking ticket. That's cool.
Yeah. And as you guys pop out, Kronos, I think you have a stealth. You switched out for a stealth generator too, or do you have the hologram one still? I can't remember.
No, I have a stealth generator.
You stealth, okay. So you guys pop out stealthily, make your way down, and appear, where it seems nonchalant. You can drive around. There are roads here where there's like not a whole lot of tire vehicles that you see, but they're vehicles that look like they would have tires from other worlds, but they got like weird hover plates on the side. And they They don't look like they fly. They look like they stay relatively close to the ground and maybe can
Hover
skim on the
tires.
surface of water and then go underwater. But they don't look like they have propulsion to go up very high.
Okay.
Can we roll down the windows and play Lowrider?
Everyone does it.
Oh, I'm gonna lock my ship and turn on the fuck you up electricity.
The fuck you up electricity?
Yeah. Do you want me to roll some engineering to be able to connect whatever power source the ship has to the hull? That way it just fucks anybody up who,
That's an actual
touches it.
upgrade you can buy. So if you want to jury rig that, I actually will need an engineering check.
Okay. Hey, Kronos.
What?
Kronos with your fucking visor telescopic robot arm shit. Why don't you assist me?
You think it is possible to do what Dis wants, but however, if you roll low enough, one, obviously you could damage your ship with a low enough roll, but if you roll not good enough, let's put it that way, it could damage people even inside the ship touching things possibly, if it's not done right.
Oh my god. Yeah. So, what do you want me to attempt this? Is this what you're asking me?
I was asking you to assist me, especially since I already rolled once. I don't want to be, takesy backsies about it.
Oh.
Is this engineering?
Yes.
Okay. That's awesome.
Meanwhile, Bryn is over here just touching two ends of wires together, and I rolled an 18 in my engineering. I don't know what I'm engineering, but I'm very seriously looking like I'm trying something really important, and I'm just zapping two little wires together for no reason.
Yeah.
Dis is going to have to buff that out later. Well, not buff it out, but at least rewire it.
The wires she's playing with aren't connected to anything. We're not that crazy.
No, they're connected to something.
They're
Are you ready?
connected.
It's connected to a D-cell battery.
Oh,
Nice.
it's connected to the
What?
BFG. Just kidding.
Ah!
No!
Oh,
And
by the way,
we're dead.
I'm
Yeah.
turning
Why
a
is my-
little light on enough.
Why is my ship melting?
yeah.
It's not a feature. God damn it. By the way, what?
No, we'll get there. I forgot. That hasn't happened yet. We'll get there.
I
How much-
tell Dis that I'm helping, and it's just this little tiny light. Like, when you were in school and you had to like explain currents as like a science project.
Oh, God,
Like,
she's playing with a
I'm
potato.
the kid that's like
Yeah.
showing the
filament.
current connection with a little light.
I'm going to take the 19, so 22.
A 22. Okay. You're pretty confident that anyone who touches your ship, the hull definitely is going to get a pretty fucking nasty shock. But once that happens, you hope that they don't keep doing it because it could drain your fucking drain your ship, or they don't get stuck
Drain
to
your
it,
battery.
or arc it, or find a way to drain your power source. But
Doesn't
you
this
think
thing have a reactor?
Yeah, it does.
How can you drain a reactor?
You can.
I mean, you siphon off enough energy from it that it can't replace.
No, it's not a matter
Over
of
time-
draining. It's not a matter of draining the power so there's no power left in it, but you started fucking with wires, and you made a roll that you get. So doesn't matter.
Oh no. Well, I'm glad that I brought my ship.
Look, I have 3 lightning bolts. It'll be fine.
Kronos,
Let's
can
go.
I ride back with you?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the trade place.
Just hope like Godzilla doesn't touch it or something. No, so go ahead if you are looking for that dark wood or other things like ship parts or anything like that. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. If you guys are all working together, it can be made with advantage by somebody, and someone else can roll.
Who has the best investigation?
I'm
I
a
think it's
plumber.
Kronos.
I have a +6 in investigation.
Okay, so you'll be assisting me.
Okay. I mean, I've got advantage in investigation.
Yeah, I'd say
but-
if Bryn assists you, you and Kronos can roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll assist you this, and then Kronos already has advantage. So
Okay.
Yeah, from the goggles. The goggles. I forgot about that.
I will take that 19. I got a 25.
25. Yeah.
24 or 29.
nice.
Okay.
Plus 13 helps.
Yeah. So you guys are scouring around. What are? I know there's the Darkwood, so we'll get to that. But what are things you might be looking for your ship? I know you mentioned secondary weapon systems.
Well, I'm just noticing on the extra tab that where you filled in stuff that this ship has more spots for, like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess hull plating,
Mm-hmm.
based on what I'm
Yeah.
seeing here.
Armor, 1 of 2.
Yeah,
Hull up
And mine
upgrades,
is-
yeah.
and mine is armor. Where the fuck is it? So computer upgrades and countermeasures. Oh, I have an
So-
alarm, a fake shell, a feedback, and
That's
a
for like
lockout.
the psionic hacker.
Oh, okay.
So if someone tries to elven hack your ship, it charge them like it does to you. Like it tried to do to you, but you're immune to it because you have the
Oh, gotcha.
psychic damage immunity. But so with the things you can get armor plating. That is one thing. Basically, you get +1 AC by filling a slot, and then you get +5 to your damage threshold. Or you can get things like a ram/lance. So when you ram, it's more effective for you than it is the enemy ship, as opposed to just being a really bad situation for everybody. There is static shock plating, which is what you just did, but it's a recharge ability that is efficient and not jury-rigged. There's detachable
Not
armor,
janky ass.
which detachable
Oh.
armor is kind of similar to armor plating, except you can detach it, and it kind of works like it can do things like give you a little bit of cover in a battle. It can, if people are like you're in a dogfight, they basically can become a collision. It moves through their square basically, so it becomes a hazard that they have to avoid. And it can also fuck up torpedoes and shit if you time it right. But you have to time those. But it has detachable armor is like an armor upgrade with some flexibility. But yeah, so there's stuff like that. There's countermeasures, right? You can refill your decoy flares.
Okay.
There's, yeah.
Let me grab a pen. I need to start writing stuff down. How much are countermeasures, the decoys?
The decoys. So it's 800 gold for basically like a cache of them. You get 5. So for 800, you drop 800 gold, you can get a load of 5. And
Somehow I
then-
think we'll probably be needing these in our next universe. All right.
Might be helpful.
All right. And the whole stuff you were describing to us, the armor plating.
Which armor plating specifically? The static shock, which doesn't add to armor but gives you the static dump. The detachable or the armor plating? Just regular armor plating.
How much for the static?
So the static shock is 1200, and
Okay.
What about the detachable?
that's one slot, right? So static shock plating is one stock because it goes underneath all of your armor, and then the detachable. You said detachable?
Yeah.
That's 600, and normal armor is 500. So it's a 100 gold upgrade for it to be able to for the mechanisms for it to detach, essentially.
Right, but while it's attached, it would be I guess +2 to hull armor. Is that how that works?
Plus,
No,
while
so-
it's attached.
While
It's attached, +1, and then +5 to damage threshold.
Oh, okay. So with it attached, it would be +5 to damage threshold instead of just the +1 to hull armor that I've already got.
Yeah, it would actually increase that that +1 to a +2. I didn't realize you already
Okay.
had a +1. So yeah, you would
Yeah,
add to that
yeah.
and then get 5 more threshold.
Okay.
What's-
Cool. And then it can be released as like you said as debris if need be.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's I think that's what I'm looking for my ship because I've got one armor slot open.
Okay.
One more question. Where it says no max dex, do I, am I right to assume that if we fill these up, we're going to take a dex hit on our ship?
No, so you have an elven ship, so you're good at that. You're not like so Dwemer ships. They use adamantine holes, and they go for more of like a durability. They go more threshold based than like trying to avoid damage like you do. Like you have
Okay.
evasion and shit you can avoid. They just soak damage. That's what that means. Is that you're not using your dex. Your dex.
So is the
avoid.
difference between the armor plating that we can get here and the armor plating that's already on my ship the fact that mine is the one already on my ship is mithril and this is just normal?
Which one? Where are you looking for the? Where do you see the Nomax dex? Like where are you looking right now?
Hull.
Just out of curiosity.
Hull 1-4, mithril armor plating, plus 1 AC, plus 10 threshold, no max dex.
Oh, that so no max dex. Yeah, there's no limit. So yeah. My bad. I thought you said max dex, but yeah, no max means it's all dex based. So yeah, it just you don't gotta worry about it.
Okay. But the armor here isn't the mithril armor, it's just regular armor.
The one you're
Right.
buying, yes, correct. You would be adding regular armor to it. If you want mithril armor, it's basically going to be a 1,000 instead of 500.
Oh fuck.
Same thing with adamantine. Either way you go,
Would that change the soak to 10 instead of 5 then?
adamantine would. The mithril actually adds to the AC. So it would be +2 and still +5. Adamantine would be the +1 with +10, essentially. But you guys haven't found any mithril or adamantine. You just have found the armor plating, the regular right now.
Okay. So just so I'm clear, and I'm sorry I keep asking this because we've kind of gone in a circle. If I add armor plating that we're finding here, will the AC go up or will the threshold go up or both?
You'll get +1 AC and +5 to your damage threshold.
Okay. I heard that.
Yeah, you're not adding adamantine to it. Adamantine is what would weigh you down. Adamantine is what has like the max dex rating, so you're fine.
Okay. And the last thing I need to look for is this third secondary weapon system. And yes, that made
A
sense.
third secondary weapon. Okay, so there's heavy homing torpedo, which you have. There is a death ray, firestorm missiles, which I think you have.
I don't. Not on here.
Oh, you don't? So there's firestorm missiles, and then here they also have harpoons.
But a death ray.
Magic missile volley, and then yeah, death ray.
What's the death ray do? How much damage does the death ray do?
It's force damage, so it's like a disintegration ray. That's why it's so fucked up, because force damage essentially ignores threshold if it breaks your shielding. And it's 16d10.
How much for the death ray?
12,000 gold.
Is that all? I need to make a small loan of $1 million.
Yeah, so you guys find these if in a place called Suicide Alley, if you want to go ahead and pull up the map. It's actually on.
You said that the one was 16d10.
Yeah. Average damage of 88.
I just rolled a 95 with it because I was curious.
Yeah. It's a recharge weapon, so once you use it, you gotta basically roll a d6 on your turn. And if you get a 6, it recharges and you can use it again. It's like a dragon breath, kind of. Or if you have engineers on the ship, they can try to make checks to move your power reserves over to it and recharge it. Cool thing about having crew.
I gotta sell some things.
Is Enar smart enough yet to be considered crew?
He's crew, but he's a gunner. All he can do is gunning. Or like physical move this.
We need to teach Enar engineering skills. which is a terrifying thought, actually.
Oh my god. You want to teach the Yeti how to engineer.
If you want to try and offload a bunch of your shit to somebody and try and make a trade for this death ray, you can.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if I have anything of value. I mean, I don't even think the policing map would be of any value because they'd probably change that at this point.
Yeah, that it's, you think at that point this, but however, the information you got of them moving, it's not necessarily current data, but you might be able to get a little bit of it or add it to a deal. But because it is information people probably don't have.
You also just have to trade with somebody who's too dumb to realize that it's probably changed.
You see,
Yeah, but
Ulysses here. No, I'm just kidding.
People that
You
dumb
wouldn't have a death
typically don't have money, so
Yeah.
You're looking for someone who just got a windfall, but is also stupid.
hey, do any of those bodies we have in the freezer in the back of Kronos' van, do any of them have bounties on them at all?
No, they're bounty hunters.
Bounty hunters piss people off too.
Bounty hunters
right.
can have bounties.
Yeah.
That's dis.
I'm an assassin. That's a different.
As you guys are kind of like looking around at the vendors, the person that you find who's selling you the stuff is, if you go down, I think they're at the bottom. The person here who has like the, yeah. So the person, it would be the, so like you see like the whale that's sitting there almost. It looks like a Shamu guy.
Oh,
you go, Dis.
okay.
That?
Like the orca looking thing on the other side.
No, that's a merfolk lady. The other side.
That thing?
No.
No.
That thing?
Other.
Keep
No.
going to the left.
Oh.
Up.
Right there.
Right.
Oh,
so
why
gotta
did you
basically-
just...
Wow.
That's Slug
the whale
Java.
guy.
Okay.
It's Shamu.
It looks like an orca.
It
Okay.
looks like pixels. Yeah,
Also,
so basically
yes.
they're pulling out it's deconstructed parts from these different crates, and you mentioned the death ray, and so they bring out these large components, and they basically tell you that there's a spot they can bring you to load in the rest of it, but they give you the main essential components to prove to you that they really have it. And you can go ahead and make an insight check if you want to make sure they're not fucking trying to like rob you or whatever.
Can I insight and then can we haggle?
Yeah, you haven't made a deal, but you've showed interest.
So 15 for 15 plus 6 to 21 for insight.
21 for insight. Okay. So this is a what are they called?
An opposing roll?
The name. No. So with you, that was your insight check, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So this person seems to be truthful in what they're saying. You get the sense they seem a little shady because of the death ray is an illegal item.
They seem a little shady because they're
Like-
selling illegal shit.
Highly illegal. Not just
Yeah.
like kind of illegal, like very, very, very illegal.
Well, I mean, there's a radiation symbol over here, so I would hope that he's selling some shady shit. There's some glowing stuff. More glowing
Radiation
stuff.
symbol right
No,
next to
that's
a
just-
bed.
that's a nightlight.
disconcerting.
He likes to keep his flippers
Feet
warm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so let's
he
make.
basically tells you 12,000 for the full components of the death ray, unless you have something to throw in to take off the price, something of interest.
You cannot throw in Enar, the Huck Puppies, or me.
I doubt a weapons dealer would want poison. Or a spell scroll.
Well, it depends. You never know.
How about some freshly scanned policing lane information? Hot off the sensors.
Go ahead.
God damn it, you better not be fucking standing behind me giggling, Kronos.
I'm not.
ahead.
I'm looking at something else.
You can pick, because it's not necessarily deceiving, but it is a little deceptive. You can choose deception, or you can choose persuasion.
It's my deception. They're both plus 10.
Okay, yeah, so either one.
14 plus 10.
Okay, so 24. Kind of looks, the information goes, that could be of use to me, moving my merchandise.
Plus, we happen to have some information about some current movements, in this general vicinity where they're moving their blockade.
And so he kind of looks at that. Do you look like you're going to offer anything else in the way that you presented this, or does it look like this is it and you're going to haggle from here? What is your body language, the way you're presenting yourself?
I look like this is it, and if so, to be fair of what's in the back of my mind, if this isn't it, I'm going to have to offload some small arms, and maybe a magic scroll from the last universe.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm
So
saying there should be something neat about having something from not this universe. So.
Yeah. Well, you have to sell that up. You're not just going to know that from looking at it. But yes. So with the information you presented about the somewhat new-ish policing lanes and the blockade movements, he kind of goes, I suppose that's worth 300 gold. So, or sorry, 3,000. What was it? 12. It was 12. Yeah. 300 gold off of the 12,000. I got my numbers mixed up because of dyslexia. Whoa.
That's not even what I'm planning on investing in armor. Let me do some math here. 0, 0, carry the 0.
Carry the 0.
11, 12, 13, carry the 1. Great. So you've taken down the money I would owe you for these things down to an even 15,000 gold.
Wait, what?
If I add in the decoys that I want to buy, the static plating that I want to buy, the armor that I want to buy, and the death ray that I want to buy, that is 15,300. So now you're offering me a 300 gold discount on $15,000 worth of merch.
Well, he was talking about the death ray specifically, is what he's haggling with. But he didn't I didn't realize you were throwing in a total of everything because they're kind of for everybody. I didn't realize. So that's why I was like, wait, I thought the total was 12,000. That's what threw me off.
So is this the guy that has everything, or is this the guy that just has the death ray?
This is the guy that brought you the death ray.
Okay. Well, then it does me no good to haggle the fact that I'm buying, 12 other things.
Exactly.
To the guy who I'm not buying the 11 other things from.
Which is why I was confused.
He's wondering why you're yelling at him about all these other items.
I have expenses, sir. Shit.
The other
Friend.
stuff that we went through, you guys
What?
just kind of like marked off and bought. This is a very illegal item, which is why it's specifically you're kind of going into more haggling. But yeah.
I'm going to call
The other
Kirby.
stuff- the
Kirby,
other stuff,
dude,
when I-
Michael.
Yeah, when I said the prices, it seemed like they were just being marked off. No one was like saying much, so I didn't realize they were being tallied into a total. It seemed like
Yes.
people were just marking off numbers. So,
Oh, yes.
cool.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm looking at buying 5 things. So let me see here. Did he duplicate the enchantment on the folding boat, or did he just rip the folding
moved
boat
it.
apart?
Yeah, he moved it.
So now it's just a boat?
It's, don't think you took it with you. I told you it would destroy the boat in the process. Like, it would destroy that enchantment and move it to the amulet in the starfighter.
No, I gotcha. So does that mean that there's a frictionless boat somewhere?
But yeah, I
Like
guess.
back on Perry's Rock or something?
It wouldn't be frictionless in this universe, but yes, there's a boat somewhere.
Barely used. What are you doing, Bryn? Nice. Okay.
Making use
I'm
of
gonna
that
have
thermal
to.
printer.
I'm gonna have to come back. It's a little too rich for my blood.
Kind of looks around and goes, I can't promise it'll be here when you get back. And puts the glowing rod of radiation piece he brought out to show you away.
It's a hot ticket item, is it?
It's a very hot item.
It's a super hot item. What were you whining at me for?
I was pretending to whisper to you to lend me 2,500 gold.
You're the one that holds all the gold.
I know. That's why it was funny.
Was it though?
It really was. All right, I'm gonna have to go sell some magical shit or some poisons or something.
Well, he sort of waves you off, says he'll be there. The other stuff you wanted, did you want to get the decoys and all that shit too?
Yeah, if there's any
Yeah.
haggling that I can do there, it'd help.
Yeah, you can.
It was two things of the decoys, the static, the static hull shit,
And, then I'm
and the
looking for
regular armor.
the detachable armor.
So that's 16 for the two decoys. 24.
Oh, sorry, you need a total 28, 33.
Okay. So yeah, you basically get one of the vendors. This vendor isn't actually a humanoid. It's an android, and they're sort of off in the back. And this seems to be like a weird 3D fabrication lab. It's very, very odd, but it seems to have a lot of the basic stuff. But it's like print on demand, and yeah. So go ahead and you can do any of the charisma checks, right? So like deception, intimidation, persuasion. Now, it will change depending on the person and the DC and which skill you pick. But yeah, you guys can use any of those skills to kind of haggle.
Okay. What does the android look like? Like C-3PO Wimpy or like RoboCop?
So it's basically a base, like almost plain, just humanoid. Almost what was that? The Will Smith android, iRobot kind of, where it's just like basic plastic. There's not a whole lot of like compartments and components. Very smooth and sleek. Little glowy lights in it underneath, like the exterior. Inside the interior, you can kind of see the glow just hitting the exterior a little bit. But they look like a human.
So do you do discounts for ordering more than little? I'm very suave. Yeah, I'm with it tonight.
We are programmed to make sure our customers get the most satisfaction from their deal.
I rolled a 19 plus 10, so
19 plus
29.
For persuasion?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Let's pretend my character is smooth, where I clearly am not.
So with a little schmoozing, you manage to negotiate ways for you to point things out, like, oh, but if we get 2 of these and a little bit more of that, you basically get yourself a 15% discount.
Okay,
If you
so
want to calculate that, go ahead.
3,300 times
the android.
0.85 equals 2805. So more of a discount here than I got off the death ray. 805. So I will now subtract 2805. Remove.
Does this discount count for my armor as well?
I'm assuming it was.
This is buying everything.
Oh, this is buying everything?
I don't know. I'm just if this is the one with the discount.
Well, was that 3,000 included the detachable armor and your armor?
The 3,300 minus 15% equals 2805 was just my stuff.
Okay.
So if you would like to also be included in this deal, I need the total of what you're buying.
I just need one of the
600.
upgrades of armor. So
Okay.
600.
So 15 off 600.
1 second. 600 times 0.85 equals 510.
Alrighty.
Not 510 off. 510 total.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure doing business with you, my automaton friend.
I have taken 510 and gold off of my sheet.
Nice. Yeah, as you walk away, it's like, please come back to Simix Industries anytime. And Renaj has been sort of just chatting with Ubrin from time to time, and like Kronos and this, just being like, man. So I'm not like, I'm not the best talker, so I was just kind of curious, like, does anyone want to go with me to help? Because I don't think someone maybe could like take lead if the situation gets like crazy, because like I don't know exactly how they're gonna react, because like maybe they took Peru, and so I didn't want to come alone. So like,
Anybody want to help him out here? He's freaking the fuck out.
yeah, basically he's looking for an advantage, if when someone to help him and give him advantage when you guys go in to talk to this gang.
Yeah. I suppose I'll give him a little backup.
Could I use animal handling on the gang?
They are fish people, but no.
Damn it! I just like the idea of they're ruffians, so clearly they're not humans or people.
I mean, you're super intimidating, Des.
No, I'll do it. I'm just trying to
I'm
figure
a
out something else to
+4.
sell.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm a plus 15.
Now, why don't you go shake some people down for money, and then you can get your death ray?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you never know. There's
Not as
you
all
can
super-
shake someone
not at all
down at the club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally cool.
I'm gonna get shot like 16 times.
Probably.
I mean, you did
You'll
that
be
once
fine.
before. You did all right.
All right, fine. I go with
Music
them.
available. We're gonna meet some boots and cats soon. I'm just kidding.
Boots and pants, boots and pants.
Let's see.
I summon my shadow.
People kind of
So,
look at you
so
weird
it looks
every
like
now
there's
and then.
more people.
What the hell is that?
Sorry.
I don't want to know.
It's the heat transfer printer.
I'm gonna have the shadow occupy the same space as me. That way, I look really fucking weird and intimidating.
Yeah, and you get like some people look at you weird, some people just completely ignore your existence, which you guys have kind of gotten used to. People just completely ignoring you, here and there, and then every now and then, though, yeah, you get someone who looks at you and kind of goes like, "What the," and then just kind of goes back to doing what they're doing. But eventually, you guys
What the? I don't care.
make your way, and it begins to sort of thunder and lightning in a pretty thick storm kind of rolls in. You could smell it when you guys landed, but now it sort of rolls in, begins to rain in the streets, and you can see that there's just like this neon glow that sort of radiates through the falling rain and bounces off the metallic buildings. And you see every now and then there's sort of these spots where there's just like a big open almost field, but then you can see that there's like the ocean waves kind of moving, and like a car will pop up out of it and sort of go onto one of the roads that connect nearby and start hovering up from the water onto the road. And it's sort of just a constant thing. You don't see a whole lot of ships coming and going. And then eventually you guys get to a kind of small club that's almost looks like it's on the edge of a block. And next to it, the lots next to it are kind of empty, so it's kind of just got its own little space with a little storage facility next to it. And you see on the top it says "Deep" in all capital letters in like this red neon glow. And you guys can kind of hear the music coming in from inside, pulsing into the streets. And Renaj, you can tell Renaj is like getting super nervous. He's just like, okay, calm down, it's okay. I'm sure she's not gonna shoot you. She's not gonna shoot you. And he's just like constantly saying that as you guys walk towards the club.
What?
Wait,
Kronos.
Who's not going to shoot you?
Maso Loca. She's a
Prime boss.
yeah, she runs the deep ones, and she's got a temper. She
Oh,
likes
gang boss.
Wait,
Did
I have
you
a-
cross her?
I have a question.
racing. Yeah.
Could I potentially turn into a giant octopus and help us gain favor with them?
I mean, you could
That-
turn into a giant octopus, and I could wear you as like a shawl.
Let's
don't
save
know
that for.
that you'd be able
I don't know if they're gonna take offense to that. I'm not a sea elf. I mean, she's not a sea elf either, but she's the ocean. I don't know. That's weird. They gross me out. I don't know. He's confused by your question. He's like, he failed his.
Utterly
There's just
perplexed.
there's so little I
Religion.
can do to help.
failed his
Kronos,
religion
do you have any-
history check?
Do you have any herb that might calm him the fuck down? Inject him with some chill.
He is kind of freaking me out.
The last time he got any kind of chill, he kind of,
Overdosed on chill.
yeah.
A little too chill.
Let's see. I mean,
Well,
I
did you
could,
guys give him something?
actually. Well, I mean, I could. Jesus, but if he fails the fucking DC, he's gonna fall asleep for an hour. I could make him smoke some coffin killer.
Oh my god.
Hold on, wait. Do I have anything that would make him chill? Let me see. I don't think I do. Enhance ability. Is anything there that's good? I could give him advantage on charisma checks.
You could.
I could.
Or you could
I
give
could
me
get him
advantage
to-
on charisma checks, since I'm going to be trying to intimidate these people.
I mean, I could do that too.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait,
rather
hold on.
than
So
you
you're
know,
just gonna? Okay. All right.
what?
The concern
know what?
is, no
While
matter
we're-
how much charisma we have, he's gonna fuck it up by being such a spaz.
Why don't we just keep him in the back and all talk to the chick?
While you guys are deciding this, I've gone through my bag and decided that I'm going to go ahead and, just in case this
You-
goes bad, I'm going to go ahead and smoke a little Blood Tide.
Do you know any of the politics with the gangs at all? Because it's not like an elven thing. It's a water world, like fish people thing.
Like a gang thing.
So that's gonna
Not
that's
at
gonna-
all.
You have thieves' cant and shit though, so that's gonna help. So you don't have disadvantage on talking to them.
Not at all. But I feel like pissing myself isn't going to happen with me, whereas with him, I have doubts. So
Yeah, he might piss himself. That's a legitimate concern.
you know what? He can start talking, and when he fucks it up, Bryn, you can put your hand of death on him and pull him back, and then I'll step up and try to salvage this shit. Fuck.
You want to switch the maps?
Yeah, to what? The deep?
The deep, yeah.
All right, 1 second.
All right. So while we were walking, I smoked a little Blood Tide, and it's a DC 13 Constitution throw. And I got a 15 plus 6.
All right,
So,
it's 21.
you know, yeah. On a successful saving throw, the user gains 20 temporary hit points until they are lost or until a short or long rest. So,
Nice.
yep. Just in case shit goes sideways. If he's not going to smoke to calm down, I'm going to smoke to get ready.
So, all right, as you guys walk in, Kronos,
Yes.
originally you were the one who said you wanted to help him, right?
Yeah.
Or, okay, just want to make sure. So, when you guys walk in, you guys basically go in, you see that the deep is down there in the wall in red letters. You can go either way. He goes to the left and walks down those stairs past the dance floor, and basically goes up to the DJ, who's right across where there's sort of like a big red screen directly up. Right there, yeah. That's where he goes. You guys are, I'm assuming, walking kind of in a line. And so go ahead, Dis, you're the one who scours the bounty boards the most. So go ahead and give me just a general perception check.
Yeah. Where's my perception? 16. Oh, 32.
Okay, good to know. So Renaj sort of walks up to the DJ, whispers something in his ear. You guys can, Kronos and Dis can hear it because you guys are right there, and you guys have the passive so high, even with the sound called doo doo doo. You can kind of hear him say like, "I want to speak with Loka," and so he kind of nods his head, kind of waits a sec, and then you see someone kind of come down the back, and if you scroll up, the person that's walking down, if you look at the red tags, it's the over where there's the two whales. One of the whale guys basically starts walking around and comes down to the DJ booth and points to Renaj, and yeah, you can just move him right there. It's fine. And he basically points to Renaj and waves him over, and Renaj goes up to him and kind of like says something and points back and points over to you, Kronos, and waves you over.
And I walk over.
And you guys walk, so they didn't just walk through the wall right there, they walked down and around through the doors. So if you guys want, you can go back through those doors right there. Okay, so there's one right there.
Can you give a direction of where you mean rather than right there?
Where you are on the map. Well,
left
Renaj,
white space.
Renaj and Kronos is who I'm talking about right now.
Okay.
See the door that's right to their left, door up,
Yeah.
and then door to the right across into that meeting room is where they get walked. Dis, what you notice when this is happening with your passive, as you're kind of scoping the area, in that booth next to you with all of the sort of merfolk women and the two people sitting in there, you see a dwarf and a really large sort of tall dwarf character, similar to how Nozarka looks, but male. And then on the other side of him, you see a little gnome with this sort of like long black pointy hat on, and they're sort of drinking, having a good time. But his face is very familiar. You remember that is Godo Frito. He is wanted alive for 14,000 gold. So that's something you clock as I think it's called like a Hergalik or something, takes Renaj and Kronos back into that room. If you look up, there's the room with the 3 red counters in it. That's sort of right there.
Okay.
That's where they get
Let's
brought.
just do that, and okay. So glad we split the party.
Okay. So as you guys enter that room, Kronos, you can see Renaj gets very timid, sort of looking down, has a hard time looking up, and he's like, "Hey, don't want to bother you," and the door shuts, and he kind of like stops as it sort of slides shut behind you, and Maso just looks at him, and she kind of smiles. She's like, "Oh, you seem so scared, Renaj. What brings you to the deep? You try so hard to stay away from it most of the time. Looking forward to the X run?" Actually, things came up. I don't think the denizens are going to be racing in it this time. We're just kind of busy doing other things. And she kind of like looks around and she goes, I'm curious about these other things, but who is your friend? She kind of like motions for you to someone to introduce you, and Renaj just like stops and kind of looks back, like, oh, this is and you can tell because of your nature where you're from, he's pausing in exactly how to introduce you, and he's like, you know, yeah, pausing for a moment. If you want to take that moment to introduce yourself,
Yeah.
you can.
I'm just a friend of his. He's helped me out of a jam, and I try to return favors when I can.
Ooh, a fellow pilot? Are you a racer?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Pilot, yes. Haven't done a whole lot of racing, so I wouldn't necessarily say racing. But I have heard about these races that you guys have. They sound pretty damn dangerous.
Well, if you would like to sign up and test your mettle against us, you can. But it seems...
Big money in it, I assume, yes?
Yes. Mostly bragging rights around here.
Most.
There's some money involved. And she says something that kind of piques your interest when she kind of like taunts Renaj. She goes, "Are you dropping out because the brains has gone missing now that Woji is so old?" And Renaj kind of looks up and goes, "Did you take him? We're not going to race. There's no reason to hold him against his will or anything. Like it's pointless at this point. You're just causing yourself more trouble." And you can get this when he says that he's not trying to like intimidate her, but she doesn't like the fact that he said trouble. And this is like the first moment where like she's about to wrestle the power away from the conversation, and she sort of cuts him off, and she goes, "Oh, you are never any trouble to us, and I assure you that I wouldn't need to take him off the playing field to beat you in a race." And she's just kind of staring him daggers. And then, he basically goes like, "Oh, well, we're just looking for him. That's all. We don't know where he is. I thought maybe he had, pushed his luck with you, and you did something about it. I don't know." And
Have
she
you
basically
seen him?
said, "I have, actually. He was asking about people maybe he shouldn't have, from my understanding.
I see.
He came here to tell us the same thing Renaj has just stated, that they weren't going to race. So they didn't have the necessary funds to put forth the right ship after what happened to the last one." She sort of looks at Renaj and smirks.
Yeah, ships fall apart. They explode. It happens. You rebuild, you move forward. Speaking of experience. So, can you point us in the direction that he went? Do you know what happened to him after he came and asked these questions about folks he shouldn't have?
Well, I could tell you who he was asking about, but I don't know where he wound up or what he got himself into after he left. But he was asking around about Bisk and his family, which anyone here knows he's the top man. Even the people in the government don't mess with him. He has very high connections. But he has also
Anybody
crossed
that
some
would've-
hunk people.
Anybody that would have taken exception to him asking about Bisk and possibly nabbed him?
Maybe Bisk himself, his men, or maybe competitors, someone after the chase, after the same information. Who knows?
Do I get the sense that she's being truthful, or is she just talking straight out of her gills?
Give me an insight check.
Is she talking out of her gills?
Have her blow a hole.
Blowhole is better. Oh,
16 plus 12, so 28, is it correct?
28. All right. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
being truthful. And basically right now, everyone in the room, the way you're reading it is the whale humanoid in front of you seems tense. Not like he's going to strike at any moment, but just doesn't know exactly how to read the room. You could tell he's kind of like the muscle, but then the other two are merfolk. The female's a merfolk and the male is a sea elf, and they're sort of watching you. You can tell that the sea elf and these two seem to be more like kind of like the brain side of the operation, like to be like thinkers and strategists. And then Masa definitely just seems to be the charismatic leader, the one in control who makes the calls. And she has sort of like this red skin with these long tendrils that go back on her head. She kind of like looks like the Talon from Star Wars almost, right? Big black shark-like eyes. And she's kind of like looking at you. And yeah, you get that all these people they're sincere. You don't read any dishonesty on anyone's face. No one's giving any tells or hiding anything from you.
All right. Well, that's unfortunate. We've been looking for him, and we need to find him. And hopefully, that's not going to lead us into finding somebody else.
Well, one person has gone missing, so I suggest you be careful.
Do people often go missing around here? I mean, I realize this is a large city.
Usually around here we know what happens when they usually turn up. And you can usually tell who left their mark. It's rare people just disappear. But it does happen.
And in this instance, he just disappeared.
I haven't heard or seen from him since he left. And now his people are here asking for him, so he didn't go home. Maybe he found some new line of work. Much like Renaj here, who used to be the finest racer. But apparently he's thrown that all away. And you can tell that she's like trying to get him, she's trying to egg him on.
Don't eat the eggs.
Well,
Don't eat the eggs.
maybe if we find him, we can get back to racing, and Renaj can, do what he loves to do. But we got to find, what's his name again?
Poru Trask.
Yeah, we got to find Poru first.
Oh, in my head he's Poro.
In my head, he was Aunt Peru.
Yeah, basically.
We're just gonna find a burned out skeleton.
Well, she basically wishes you luck and has the whale humanoid kind of walk you out, and you guys basically end up back on the dance floor. Yeah, this is everything you have to say.
Before we go, I wanted to ask whether or not she knew anybody, like, was there a regular that he talked to in the bar here? Do they have any surveillance, perhaps, of him talking to anybody? Anything that could give us a clue?
Give me a persuasion check.
18 plus 7, so that's 25.
25.
Yeah.
Well.
18 plus 7.
And you can see at this point, Renaj has already walked out of the room. What was that?
I was telling Luke his math was right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, as Renaj walks out of the room and you're sort of in there and you ask the last little bit, she mentions that, well, there's not a lot to do out here, so a lot of people get lost in virtual rooms. So maybe check some of the dens. And you get the sense the way she says it, it's similar to like a drug den or an opium den or something like that, right? But it's where people go to get stuck in virtual realities.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe check some of them. But other than that, like, she generally doesn't know what happened to him.
All right. Thank you for your help and your time. Appreciate it. And I'll walk back out to my party.
All right.
So, while they were in there,
Mm-hmm.
I have a plan.
Yeah. And if you want, you can do something while they were doing that, because that was like, a little bit of 8 minutes or something. So you can just start fucking going to town out here.
We're gonna start fucking. All right.
No.
Bryn,
That's not what's happening. I'm not fucking.
Follow my lead.
Oh shit.
With my back turned to the gnome, since my hood was up, I am going to cast a spell. Second level spell, Alter Self. I am now a bodacious, blonde human.
Done already.
And I am going to start pretending to be very drunk.
Okay, so this is going to be not a deception. This is a performance. Because you're doing a combination of things. You're putting on a show and trying to play a role. This is specifically performance.
Bren, we're
What?
two drunk chicks out at the bar.
Oh my gosh.
You want Bren to give you advantage? Shower scene.
This is worth much more gold than that shower that time.
I don't know. That was pretty lucrative.
14,000 gold.
Why are we pretending to be drunk?
Oh my god. Because there's a guy with a bounty for 14,000 gold right behind us. Who I'm going to lure away.
We're trying to
I'm
bug
sorry,
Bunny right now.
I'm not in your mind.
You are, telepathically.
I'm getting chewed out telepathically.
15 plus... What did you say, performance? 30-20.
Dirty 20. And then if Bryn is helping, you do have advantage.
Are you helping, Bran?
Yo.
That's a 25.
Total? Okay.
Yes, as in a nat
So-
20.
Bryn, Dis is like, turn around, does alter self. Go ahead and give me, or with advantage, give me a sleight of hand.
Me or Bran?
You, the one who's casting the spell. I want to make sure to see how many people see this, because casting a spell is not something you do silently normally.
There's club music.
But they're still verbal, semantic. There's different movements, and people have arcane knowledge. So yeah, you still got
23.
23. That is good enough. He does not. His arcane skill does not pull that out. You can't see it. Okay, so it is interesting. With your 25, you definitely have caught the attention of this gnomish man and the dwarven man behind, or technically across from him at the bar, at the table, and they sort of like look over, and the women that are with him don't seem to notice, but the gnome's like, "Oh my lord, I need to buy you 2 drinks. Please come. There's plenty more room at the table." And you see him just push the two women next to him like aside, and they fall back in the booth, clearing up spots next to him.
That is so fucked up.
By the way, my shadow is going to be hanging out in the darkest corner possible.
just fucking all sad. Someone comes up, "Would you like to dance?" Just like shakes its head.
It's pouting.
This is so
Just
ridiculous.
leaning against the speaker, just its gelatinous form vibrating with all
My,
the sound.
my shadow is not gelatinous.
That's Kirby. Kirby's up against the speaker, just going.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, he pushes them aside, giving you guys some room, and now you guys are comfortably next to this. Oh, he actually pushed them, the two chicks that were next, like adjacent to him on either side. So the way you would have sat in, you would be flanking him. I just want to give you the full benefit, full advantage of his horniness, I guess.
Ew.
But take full advantage of him. No, but now you guys basically are on either side, and he's just willing to buy you drinks, and he ushers over some drinks, and he's just like, "Oh, it looks like you ladies been having a great time tonight," and just starts to try and work his way into your power armor as drinks are brought over. Dis, what is your approach?
Hold on. I'm trying to.
Hold on. The next time a guy hits on me, I'm gonna look in deadpan and go, "Are you trying to get into my power armor?" And just see what happens.
Oh, he's wanted alive. Son of a bitch.
So don't you
Do some
have
dual
something
damage?
if it's- Do you have something?
You can
that's
do
within
some dual
his
damage. You
strength
can
to
sneak
make him
attack and have all the.
tired?
Yep. You can also subdual sneak attack and you know what I mean, surprise attack, sneak.
That is true.
That's
Who is this fucker?
just
He
some
is
guy
labeled
who's there
patron.
with them. Yeah, because he's a patron. He's just some guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna-
He's labeled patron.
He's
Yes,
labeled
because
patron.
he's a patron.
Does he seem to me to be a bodyguard or an associate of this guy or just
With
random
your-
dude who?
With your insight, this actually seems to kind of be random guy. He kind of drinks with sometimes here. Not really super heavy acquaintances, but he buys them drinks and chicks come over, so he hangs out with them.
Gotta get rid of the friend.
I mean, I can get rid of the friend if you want to handle the bounty.
I'll handle the bounty. Wait, when you reduce size on something, does it have to be willing? What if it's unconscious?
If you turn him into an object by killing him, no, I'm just kidding. I think
I was gonna say,
Then you can shrink him.
maybe not though. I
so
can't
hold
remember. I
on.
gotta look it up.
I've been through sexual assault prevention response training. You cannot consent if you are passed out.
I know.
So if he needs to be willing and he's passed out, he can't be willing.
No,
So you
my
can-
point
you
isn't
can
that
shrink
he.
him. You can shrink him to tiny. He's small, so you can be like, "You're tiny, bitch. You're coming with me." He just has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Right, I'm saying, can he make a con saving throw if he's unconscious?
Oh, you'd have to go into the things. I think you can, because it's a Constitution based. I think you only fail Dex saves, but I have to look. I'm looking right now. 5e.
Some person the gnome's hitting on Bryn and mostly Dis, as Dis made themselves a big boobied blonde bimbo.
Indeed.
Incapacitated. Creature can't take actions or reactions. Unconscious.
Kronos, don't you
Is-
shake your head. This is working so far.
Unaware that incapacitated. They drop whatever they're holding, fall prone.
Incapacitated.
Incapacitated. Yeah.
He's decapitated.
Yeah. They automatically fail strength and dex saves. So yeah, they would still get to make con saves. Incapacitated.
Which way is this guy facing?
Directly at the hot chicks who just came to the table. I mean,
Is
So-
anyone else over here paying any attention?
no, not really. They're dancing. I mean,
So-
it's not like you're hidden, but they're not like paying attention. So you think you could get away with some modicum of movement?
I see.
So I tell Dis telepathically, if we need to get rid of the friend, I can ask him to go dance and drag him out on the dance floor, and you can.
Right, but you are going to be my distraction while I incapacitate via assassinate subdual.
You could summon your shadow.
My twin!
Wait, because your shadow would look like what you look like, right? And if you alter self, does your shadow take on your altered self or your normal self?
That's up to Woodrow. We've never gone into it that.
That's up to you. I don't care.
Okay.
But whatever you rule,
So-
is what you rule.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. If it's a place where your normal self isn't going to draw unnecessary attention, it would be far more bizarre and noteworthy if they were identical twins. So it might be better for your shadow to not look like you as your altered, because
And
then
the-
it's just another person.
And it's still going to be like made of shadow. It's not gonna. I mean, it's still gonna be creepy
Ah.
as hell. So I mean, there's still.
Well,
also
hold
that.
on. Okay, but if the shadow is in the dark and therefore harder to see, could I potentially convince the friend to go ask our other very shy friend who just doesn't talk much
To dance,
to
yes, you
try and
could.
hide in
You
the corner?
could. Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna help.
Yeah, I know.
Tammy's so lonely over there. Look at her.
I got a dirty 20.
Ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow.
Second roll
Dirty
or
20?
first
Oh,
roll?
nice.
First roll was dirty 20, second roll was 9. So we're going to go with the dirty 20.
Right. Okay. So you might still want to go with him because the shadow can only move 30 feet away from Dis. So
But if he's just trying to convince her to dance.
oh, if you okay, yeah. How far away is the,
The shadow
right now?
doesn't have to move.
Yeah, yeah. Her.
She's really shy and she doesn't like super aggressive people, but we want her to have such a good time. Do you think you could go talk to her and maybe see if you can get her to do
There. The very edge of range.
Yeah, the 20 works, so you can move the little the dwarf token over there, not looking your way.
Okay.
And he's basically just like trying to like talk to the shadow.
talk to a shadow?
Yeah, like kicking her legs, looking down, twisting all awkwardly and shy, not saying anything.
Bashful. I'm
You're
shy.
basically just is like, shadow, just don't move out of that shadow. Don't let him get a good look at you.
Yeah, like turns
You are
into a
now
ring horror
shy.
show.
Play coy.
Okay. Now, Bryn, get him to turn towards you.
Okay, so I just laugh and talk about how drunk I am. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so wasted.
Okay, give me an initiative check, Dis. Because luckily this person doesn't have the alert feat. However, good.
14 plus 10, so 24.
24.
You got a
All right.
plus 10 for initiative?
Yes. I have the alert feat.
So they have a plus 5 and they rolled a 17. So
I beat them by 2.
Yeah, so you did beat them on initiative, which means you get your surprise.
Yay. Subdual damage.
Yep.
All of it. All the damage.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wow, wow.
So, let's see. 37 plus that.
Oh yeah, I gotta make a check 'cause I know it's coming. Okay.
64 subdual damage.
64?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Okay. So, wunk, bam, slap him on the back of the head with the first, and that was sneak attack and crit, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, the first one hits, and he kind of looks back at you like, "What did you? Ow! Why did you?" And he's definitely not gone, but you still have the initiative. You have your 2 more. Yeah, you have your shadow out because it's over there. So technically, you get your second attack, and it can go from either position. So you get your next attack, and then your bonus action attack if you want.
Okay.
So I can't talk me talking during any of this doesn't work, does it?
That's what got the surprise off, but now Dis has hit them in the back of the head.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, but I'm saying to redirect. Like, oh my gosh, did you bump your little noggin to try and like get him to like not overthink it? And I just like stroke the back of his head. It's like, you poor baby. I'm just like, just fucking get it done. Like,
You can try to do that. The DC is going to be very high, though. It's
To
just got hit in
distract?
the back of the head for 64 damage. It's subdual, but it's like getting hit in the back of the head with a fucking hammer.
And he's still awake.
Yeah.
so
He's a leveled character.
What would, I have,
He's got a hard head.
what would I have to do for that?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Fuck. Hold on. Do I have
If
something that can...
if you roll
that
high
can-
enough.
I was trying to see if I had something that would increase the persuasion check.
I don't think so.
No, I don't. Fuck! Okay.
Can you do a subdual lightning bolt?
No. I mean,
Damn it.
technically, I think rules as
I
written,
don't
you
think I
actually
help.
can. But
I try. I don't think I helped.
Okay.
You rolled a 12.
But go ahead and finish your turn out.
Okay.
Come on, Des.
You did
So-
64. That's a good amount of damage. Just wasn't quite enough.
All right. So,
Or just like punch him square in the face. I don't know. Nobody's watching.
Oh, Bryn, roll me initiative because you might beat him. You got a 22.
I'm going to use
You get
the.
advantage.
Oh, wait, I do. That's true.
Go ahead, Dis. Sorry.
I got a 16.
No.
The handle of the karambit square to his chin like brass knuckles.
As he turns around, you just like clock the head back the other way to look at Bryn as she tries to pull it the other way and it doesn't work. He's just like, look that way! Tooth goes flying out onto the dance floor.
Oh.
Oh!
Shorty's
Ew.
knocking teeth out on the dance floor. Ooh, oh.
That was a. What the hell is my karambit? That is a 34 to hit.
That hits.
That you fucking.
I rolled a 19.
knocked a tooth out for sure. This poor guy.
I mean, he's right there.
I hope that this you should be able to do the amount of damage it takes with this in a third attack. But we'll see.
4 plus 10
Oh, thank
plus 14.
14 more. All right, that is enough. So as he turns around and goes, "Oh, why did you do that?" And Bryn's kind of like, "Oh no, look this way." Like, kind of tries to caress the back of the head where there's a knot growing out of his little like long cap that I described, sort of like growing up into the air. He kind of like looks back at you, and you just slam his jaw with the butt of the karambit and turn his head back the other way, looking at Bryn. And he goes like, "I don't like your friend," and falls off off the booth.
Okay.
I don't like your friend. Okay, can you please just minify him or something? Because, you know.
Cast reduce.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. So, what's your DC?
The con save on an enlarge reduce is 16.
Oh, you are so fucking lucky. So this character's constitution was their dump stat, which gives them a -1, and I rolled a 16 on the die, which puts it at a 15. That's why I asked, because that's one of those
Wow.
mid-range rolls. Holy fuck. Okay, so you
Nice.
cast your spell. Just give me a general stealth and or sleight of hand, either one, and you can have advantage because Bryn is helping. You guys are basically, I'm assuming, trying to now get the tiny cat-sized gnome out without anyone noticing.
Yeah, could I tuck him in my bag of holding or?
No. Do we have like a piece of cloth or something I could wrap
Yeah,
a piece
my-
of baby?
My
And
cloak?
then I'll just carry him out.
Yeah, give me a stealth and
You-
or sleight of hand with advantage.
It's not that one.
Me or Des?
Carrying the baby out.
I'm assuming your stealth is higher than mine?
My stealth
So you-
is plus 15.
Yeah.
You could swath the tiny gnome and then hand it off like, go hike.
So a 31 if it's my stealth with
Yeah,
advantage.
that's no one who's
That would
paying
be,
attention
yeah.
is gonna notice that.
This
Oh,
is
look.
gonna be the best way to get a bounty ever.
Oh look, George is back. Let's go, George and friend. I wave at Kronos and
I I just like go walking past the guy like as we're leaving. I was like, oh, I guess you weren't successful. Better luck next time.
By the way, I release my shadow.
And, well, as soon as you get 30 feet away, it just disappears. And it just goes. And he's like, "Hey,
Where'd you go?
She was almost convinced.
it's like she was made out of smoke or something."
Smoke and mirrors. Goddamn traps.
But yeah, as you guys take the gnome out, Renaj and Kronos, you come out to see them not there, but you guys are keeping contact. Whatever. You guys know what they're aware of, and you saw that they've just taken off down to the ship. And then you guys, I'm assuming, are just getting into the ship and waiting to take in this guy to the next bounty office, or are you guys just walking to the next bounty office, just like running?
I'll just walk to the next bounty office.
Okay, yeah. Interesting. So, go ahead and either.
I mean, is it close?
Yeah. That's why I asked. It's like just a couple blocks away. I didn't know if you wanted to hop in and then get in the car and drive around, or just walk around the city and try and investigate for Poru. I didn't know exactly what the plan was. That's why I asked. But Kronos, as you guys come out eventually after your little meeting with the gang leader, Masaloka, you walk out and sort of, the same mode of path that they're traversing because the Neuralink, and they're kind of going kind of slow so you can catch up. Go ahead and actually let me roll some things real quick. See if you guys have to roll anything.
Some person,
No.
I didn't have to steal his pointy hat. I stole his whole everything.
You do have a really long, cool, pointy hat, though.
Awesome. Sell that too.
Could be magical. No,
Found this naked gnome. Oh, I want to go through his many little pockets while he's asleep. See if he has any money.
he does have money. You find a credit chip with, hold on, let me roll real quick. I
Really
have a
small
multiplier,
credit
but I
chip.
didn't. Yeah, a really tiny credit chip. Once you take it off him, it would just pop to normal size. Nice. Okay. So 4,500.
Nice.
Which credits you could have in this club or any of the spots on the street. There's like ATMs, and the ATM basically works as like an exchange as well. You can basically exchange credits for a gold coin.
Nice. We will do that as we mosey.
Yeah, I figure you can just do that as you go. You don't have to. That way, you don't have to constantly be worrying about.
Yeah. Anything else interesting on this person? I don't want to leave an opportunity behind.
So
here's a map to where
There's-
fucking your BBEG is.
So it seems like if you do just like a little bit of digging on him, it seems like he was wanted for murder and larceny. So he ended up stealing money. This might be some of the money left over that he stole, but he's mainly wanted for who he killed in the robbery. And the only real thing of note you find on him, other than just normal stuff, is a weird Chris dagger. It almost looks like a ritual, like ceremonial, like that classic, like curved ceremonial dagger. And
Okay,
that's
I'll
on
handle
him.
it carefully because I can't cast another spell while I'm concentrating on his
Gotcha.
reduction.
And how long is the reduction? Is it only a minute or?
Enlarge, reduce.
It's 1 minute.
Casting
So you
time.
got, it's enough. It was enough to get him out
Yeah.
of there, but he's a small creature, so you guys have him, and he's unconscious.
Then when that runs out, I'll identify.
Okay.
And does that takes another minute to cast? So
So it's actually a +3 dagger. There's no other magical like
Nice.
effects or anything, but it's just a very well made magical dagger.
So no like curse or anything.
No, not that you
Okay,
know,
good.
But the last time you identified a cursed object, it didn't pop up cursed. So you get a
That
feeling
ring did us
curses-
so much good.
Yeah,
too.
you get a feeling that curses kind of are meant to not be identified by identified. So that's the whole point of a curse.
Nuh-uh.
So yeah, basically, You guys can turn him in at the bounty office, no problem. You guys get your 14,000 credits. And then one of the things you do notice, because they rolled pretty low, is we're going to go ahead and wrap up here just so we can come back to this. It'll be a good starting spot. But
Yeah.
The droids, you saw service droids at Deep, and you've seen service droids at the Suicide alley that you guys were at, and you even did some dealings with one. They all kind of resemble the same make from the Simic Industries or whatever. They're just sort of like a general purpose. Like I see 3PO droid, right? They're made to do tasks like that and talk to people, interact with people. One of them, you clocked it when you left the Deep, Chronos. You guys walked a few blocks, turned this in before you came back to the ship, and you clock it coming back out of the bounty office like it followed you here. So next time we'll pick up. You guys are basically going to be walking out of the bounty office, and you see across the street, and you notice with your insight and this is passive perception that it is like the same one that you've seen multiple times, and you're trying to figure out. We'll figure out exactly where you saw it first in the next episode when you guys figure out how you're going to deal with this. But you have seen this specific one a couple times in your travels around the city. So that's where we'll call it for tonight, which is kind of early. It's a little 20 minutes off. But I don't want to start this next thing because it'll be like last session where it just drags on.
I was going to say, like, okay, so we're ending early this session, but we went almost an hour later last session. So I feel like it's kind of...
Yeah.
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, minor announcement, right? So next session is... We're going to have next session, normal time, normal length, all that kind of stuff. The one following that is either going to be without me or we're going to skip next session.
We have to skip
Which
it
are, I think...
because it's you and
Yeah.
Kronos.
Yeah.
Are both going to be out.
Right. So...
And Bryn is not making the calls for the party. That's not...
Oh, that'd be
thing.
awesome.
That would be fucking...
awesome.
So you guys would come back and be like, why do I have one hit point? And be like, okay,
Yeah.
down.
Bryn and Enar take the reins.
So sorry. Didn't know a Yeti could do that.
Yeah, you don't tap the torpedo to see if it's live. I'll just look at Kronos and be like, hey, Kronos.
Hey, Hicks. Man, you look just like I feel.
Shit.
That was a lot of thigh before it got to the clip, and it was very jarring.
Thank you. I
It was
appreciate that.
ill-prepared.
We're professionals.
God.
No warning needed.
I know. I was about to say something about you switching, and then you switched. And I was like, you bitch. Interesting session.
It was a lot of fun.
So here's the funny thing about that whole bar scene is if I ever had a friend that was actually like, hey, this is the plan, just follow my lead, I'd be like, this is not, nope. Will not work. And I'd be like, hi, you. Be like, what are you doing? I'm trying to flirt. Don't flirt.
You're doing so well.
My flirt is mild insulting, and it doesn't usually work out well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Paid out well though.
Yeah, it worked
Yeah.
well enough. I wish I was a little bit more convincing when he, got essentially hit with a hammer to be like, hi, look over this way. Oh my gosh, did you bump your noggin? You poor baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's hard to
Poor
not focus
baby.
on being hit by a hammer though.
Yeah.
I was really just trying to bank on the utter confusion of what
The
the
whole
fuck
situation.
just happened. Why does my head hurt?
You know,
But,
these things happen.
I mean, just punched him in the face, so it's fine.
I mean, again, all worked out. Good payday. Well done.
Thanks. Now we can afford those
Nice
upgrades.
job on
There
your
you
part,
go.
Kronos. You did well.
All I did was just go, get information.
Get
I
him
said
to-
I would back up Dude, and I did.
I
You
mean,
guys took
I feel-
advantage of the situation at hand, so well done, you two.
He didn't go. He might have got his ass beat, so it's probably really good you went.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't think we would have gotten any information, and he might have gotten, signed up to a race that, he doesn't need to be a part of.
to the death.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember
Awesome.
it was described to you. The X run is essentially once each gang buys in, that creates the pot, and it's mainly for bragging rights. And then
Yeah.
once it's decided who's all agreed on and in the race, that becomes the first round of the race, which is espionage, sabotage. So you basically, the gangs work against each other to take each other out before the race even happens. And it's all legally, well, whatever legally, it's all part of the culture of the race. So, yeah.
All sanctioned under the rules.
Yep. That's why they're all
Essentially.
talking to each other like that. And basically, the history that Renage has is he and her wiped out in the last race they had. And, yeah, both they lost their ships. So she's got
Aw.
a beef with him.
Oh, did she lose her ship because of him?
Yeah, he crashed into her.
But
and,
he wiped out and took her out in the process. And
but
then
she was
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
she was doing some shit with like trying to try and fuck him up too. So it wasn't all him, but she in her mind it was all him. So
Well, of course.
Of course.
yeah, they've got this little
This is
rivalry.
very much Fast and Furious.
going. Yeah, it's about family. This whole story's about family.
Yeah, we're family. All right. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out with us. Thanks for tuning in. As always, we love our Dice Dames and Dudes D&D night. We will be back. We will be back next week to find out what the fuck else kind of trouble we can get into while we're here. Since
Yes.
that seems to be our specialty.
In the big city.
But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to tune in on Friday for Regen and Saturday for our art auction all day long. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye.